चंकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma, who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge, in a case where the ex-judge and the ex-judge's advocate's son appear to be more than involved. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 questions tonight. And if they think it's a media trial, so be it. So be it. Why did the ex-judge in the case of Twisha Sharma, neither she nor her son call a police or an ambulance? What took them 57 minutes to bring the body down? Where are the 3 men who are seen in the video dragging Twisha's body, destroying evidence? What was the police doing? Did they question the house staff? Did they question the judge? Was Twisha carrying headphones in her bag, in her hand, or a rope? Where is it now? Where is that so-called belt that cops claim was used by her to commit suicide? Why was it hidden? The mother-in-law, the ex-judge, walks up calmly while the body is being dragged down and evidence is being destroyed before the judge's eyes. Is that normal? Why don't the judges raise a hue and cry about it? Why don't the appellate courts take up this case suo motu? So people don't start believing that when an ex-judge is concerned, the victim will never get justice. Ladies and gentlemen, what was the ex-judge carrying in her hand when she went down? Where is all the CCTV footage? Did the police collect it? Why did the ex-judge's son Samarth Singh escape after bringing the body of his wife to AIIMS? Is it true that the ex-judge's son's medical examination was not conducted? The police station is right behind the ex-judge's Giribala's house. Why was no call made? Why did it take 5 days to file an FIR in the case? Who stalled it? Why was the victim's family attacked in court if there's nothing to hide? And did a very senior police officer go to AIIMS that night to try and fudge the postmortem?
Tonight at 7:30 p.m. on Super Prime Time, we get you the story about the road that Pakistan once wanted to control, now becoming unbeatable. Zojila Pass becomes the world's longest bidirectional tunnel at an high altitude. Not just that, TMC's former mayor, Sabyasachi Datta, was hurled at with eggs and tomatoes as he was being taken away by the West Bengal police. In fact, we also get you the story about the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Relentless protests are ongoing in the area. 27 people have been killed and over 200 injured. Pakistan's blatant human rights violation now on the global table. This and a lot more at 7:30 p.m. with me, Gesu Bhardwaj.
Massacre in PoK. PoK breaking apart. All eyes on PoK, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Co-presenting by Borger Paints, paint your imagination. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. TVS iQube, India's favorite family EV. This is exclusive at 7 p.m. ladies and gentlemen, as we get you the story of the massacre in PoK. This morning we brought visuals from PoK. And the Pakistan Army and the Pakistan government shooting at its own people, massacring over 30. 30 is the official number we have. That number could rise. It's a story broken by Republic, which has set the news agenda across India today. Here are the headlines this evening at 7 p.m. Massive revolt against the Pakistan Army, the Pakistan government in PoK. Pakistan faces global backlash for the massacre, which is now being reported the world over. Republic accesses a top secret intel report on the massacre in PoK, details out the build-up and what happened in each of the days starting the 3rd of June that led to the massacre today. India deploys 12 nuclear warheads in peacetime, a big shift in India's nuclear messaging. The message clearly to Pakistan and China. The Republic has accessed a classified intelligence report that points to explosive developments inside Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now, the report that backs the visuals that have been coming in from PoK alleges large-scale unrest, civilian casualties, and a deepening confrontation between residents and the Pakistani army. It also raises serious questions about the conduct of the Pakistani security forces, including making allegations of firing on civilians and even action against their own personnel. For example, Pakistani army fired on and killed Pakistani police, that is in PoK, officers in PoK, because they failed to take orders and open fire on civilians. Let's show you some of the pictures that have come in that are extremely disturbing from PoK, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at these pictures. These are visuals that came in. Approximately about 4.5 to 5 million people have mobilized in PoK. That's the number according to this secret report. And every video that is coming in from PoK proving that people are out on the streets and opening fire. Pellet bullets being fired on protesters. These are videos that came in showing proof of the massacre by the Pakistani army. Let's show you the other videos that are coming in from different parts of PoK. Stone pelting in different parts of PoK amid growing anger. And this anger has been building up to a point where even the secret report accessed by Republic tells us that people now feel that there is no going back. There is no going back now that they are out on the streets. That's the situation in Pakistan and PoK. Let's show you the third video that has now come in. Pakistan army opening fire on protesters. There are several such videos. This is one such video. It's a long sequence where you can see the Pakistani army, the Rangers, along with the police in PoK opening fire on the protesters. Now, all of this was happening. All of this has been happening for the last 5 to 6 days as a build-up. And we've been seeing the build-up here on Republic for the last few days and weeks. Let's show you the next video. Protesters standing ground against Pakistan. Let's quickly go across to all the videos, because what these videos essentially show you. Let's play the fifth video. What these videos essentially show you is that it's reached a point where people of PoK say enough is enough, and they are unwilling to stand down. They will not stand down. They've decided that this time they want to fight back. And that is why millions of them are on the streets. Let me first go across this evening. to Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, PVSM, UISM, AVSM, VSM. He's a Strategic Affairs Security Analyst. And Lieutenant General P.R. Shankar, PVSM, AVSM, VSM, a retired Strategic Affairs expert, joining us live. Thank you, sirs, for joining us on the broadcast. Very disturbing pictures. If I can start with General Pandey, that have come in from PoK. We've seen the build-up, sir, last couple of years especially. They've been waiting for a chance to come out on the streets and take on the Pakistani establishment. Today seems to have crossed all limits.
Yeah, Niranjan, firstly, good evening to you and to my respected senior Jan Shankar, whom I really have a lot of respect and regard. This whole thing has been building up not only in the occupied territories by the Pakistani forces. It has been building up and has been exploding all over the entire country, in which you see the fractures happening in Balochistan, in the tribal areas, in Gilgit-Baltistan, and even in Sindh and parts of Punjab. When a proxy government runs a country, when a military commander who uses a facade of a prime minister who's been placed by him and thereafter he is running a country, when his focus is generally outside, trying to please his foreign patrons and masters from Gulf and America, this is going to happen. Their demands of JAAC were not very huge. They were very, very insignificant demands, which just could have been met very easily. It reflects that the people of occupied territories are not considered their own. They are looking at the territory, they are not looking at the people. So when just 4 days before the called march, that is on the 5th of June, they decide to ban this committee, which is a joint Awami Action Committee, in which essentially the traders and common people get together to put across their points. The points which are promised and signed and inked by Asim Munir and Shahbaz Sharif themselves are not followed through. Only some of the points are given, and they have also been retracted back. The most critical point which they have been asking, besides for amelioration of the conditions, which is very, very precarious there is nothing to eat, the economic conditions very, very pathetic, and when they see across into the territories which are free and enjoying fruits of freedom and peace, then of course it hurts the people who are stuck across. But the essential element happened is when they banned JAAC and they passed in order about the 12 representations, the seats which are being controlled on so-called opportunity for the refugees who have come across from India, who are even not staying in the areas of occupied territories. Out of a total parliamentary seat of the facade of a parliament which exists in the POJK area, you realize that about 25% seats are controlled by the Pakistani military directly, and thus influencing who will be the president and who will be the prime minister and who control and take orders. So these things have been building up for some time, but the current situation has taken a turn for worse. And imagine firing, killing, and we are seeing the visuals. People are firing automatic weapons without even taking a aim to hit, maybe maim or hit in the leg or something. They are just spraying bullets across. Killing mourners who have collected together for mourning of a death is something the lowest any professional force or any force can get down to. And I think that Pakistani military has proved today. There are other issues which have come out and which have emerged is the threat which has been now issued from Islamabad / Rawalpindi. They are threatening the JAAC members that their various FIRs which are put into cold storage for some time for pending their best behavior are going to be taken out and they'll be opened up against them. There's a threat which has come about of filing murder FIRs, and I just wonder, is this murder FIR going to be filed against the people who have been killed, or will it be against the people who are killing? Something which is very strange when you are passing out such kind of a statement in open form. So I think these are very, very serious situation. if you look at how the Pakistani army personnel have been actually captured, apprehended by the people, the frustration of the people that they have stripped them. And those visuals I have seen yesterday and day before yesterday, that they are hanging those trousers in the squares, in the corners, and thereafter they are passing certain very remarks which are not very good for a force which is supposed to be professional. And I think situation is turning for worse. And I'm quite surprised that the world bodies, including the United Nations, are just not yet spoken a word about this thing which has been developing for last about 2 days. Yeah.
So, to add to what you've said, and I want to take this to General Shankar, I have the report with me here, sir. I just want to quote from this report. It's a secret report, of course, it's 22 pages. And in this report, there is one particular incident mentioned here, and it says they had asked the police in PoK to open fire. Sub-Inspector, there's a name as well, Sardar Inayat, Sub-Inspector, was killed by the Pakistani army after reportedly refusing orders to open fire on civilian protesters. His killing represents the Pakistani army eliminating its own officers to enforce compliance with the massacre order, a war crime indicator. And to add to that, as a result of that, now that escalated and 27 civilians were killed in Mang, PoK. And in response, local protesters captured these Pakistani military personnel, stripped them, auctioned their uniforms in the town square. Now, my question was on the levels to which people like Munir and his army go to target, to kill their own officers at gunpoint if needed for not following orders.
Yeah, thanks a lot for calling me over on Republic TV, and a very good evening to General Pandey. He's given a very clear idea of what's going on there. Let me put it in a slightly different tone. I'll put it this way. Munir is fiddling when POJK is burning, right? Munir was fiddling last month when Quetta was burning. Munir will fiddle tomorrow when Gilgit-Baltistan also burns tomorrow, because that's next on the cards. Overall, you see a weak state which is not able to hold its peripheries together. There's a major problem in Balochistan. There's a major problem in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It's going on for long and under no control. Now POJK has erupted. Yesterday, polls were held in Gilgit-Baltistan. Even that, the reports are coming, they have been rigged. And if those have also been rigged, then you're looking at something different. And as far as this is concerned, like what General Pandey pointed out, the requirements of the people are fundamental. If you look at it in a basic sense, it's all about Sadak Bijli Pani. And the people in this place, in entire PoK, have an angst against the Pakistani state because they have no representation, but they're being taxed. It's a classical thing with no representation without taxation, or rather no taxation without representation. I put it the other way around. That's a classic case. That's what is happening. So at the end of the day, if you see this whole story which has panned out in the past 4-5 days, and do a backward integration of what happened over the past 2-3 years, you will see the situation is going worse year by year, event by event. And I think this is slowly building up to a crescendo when POJK people or PoK people or those people who are in that part of occupied Kashmir will stand up on their own for independence. And this will go along with Balochistan, and I'm just waiting that Gilgit-Baltistan also will fall into the thing. So you're looking finally at the manifestation of a weak state, which is not able to control its own people. It's not even able to provide the basics to its own people. About 4-5 days back, or about a week back, there was a stampede in the middle of Rawalakot or Muzaffarabad, I don't know, when atta was being distributed free of cost. People don't have food to eat. They don't have electricity. They don't have basics. Bulk of electricity goes from here into mainland Pakistan. And most importantly, these people don't have a political representation also. Right? As per the government, the way Pakistan government runs, PoK and Gilgit-Baltistan are governed directly by under the Prime Minister's office as per the extraordinary government order of 2015. It first order was given in 2009 and then changed to 15. So you see that this, Pakistan is not able to control this whole thing. And I only expect this trouble to go up and up and up. All this is happening when Mr. Munir and his lackey, Mr. Shahbaz Sharif, are loafing around all around the countryside, all over the world, trying to fix Iran's problems. This is a classic state where they can't fix their own problems. They have gone, to fix the world's problems. And of course, no superpower, no power will take notice of it because these chaps are doing the lackey's job of the Western superpowers. And the Westerners are very happy that, look, it doesn't matter what happens to them to Pakistan. So I think we are in a situation, we'll have to see how the whole thing unfolds. And it is well possible if things go to a crescendo that Pakistan might externalize the situation. And I think we have to be ready for eventuality. Though at this point of time, I don't see that happening, but we cannot let our guard down. And I think in the overall scene of things, what's happening in Pakistan is probably irretrievable. It's not reversible. Things will only go from bad to worse here on. I remember seeing a commentary or hearing a commentary a couple of days back where a set of Pakistanis were discussing that, look, Imran Khan's time was bad, but this is even worse. Yeah. And in fact, if you see, all markers in Pakistan have gone even worse. And they now call Imran Khan's time as Jannat.
Yes.
That's the way it is. And I think we are going to see significant deterioration of Pakistan going ahead.
Lieutenant General Pandey and General Shankar, thank you for joining us, sirs, on this broadcast, because I have another breaking news update. Quickly, I'm going across to that. And then moving on, this is a report, the CIPRI report, which confirmed that India had deployed 12 nuclear warheads, even in peacetime, which is a huge shift from its earlier position. A total of 190 military stockpile, nuclear military stockpile, with 12 being deployed, which is a first, compared to the 0 deployed by Pakistan. Now, this is a big shift. Now, this report also makes a very interesting mention that India's long-standing rivalry with Pakistan, it mentions here that Pakistan continued to develop new delivery systems and accumulate fissile material in 2025, suggesting that its nuclear arsenal might expand over the coming decade. But the numbers show that there is no increase in Pakistan's nuclear warheads. But it does also mention that the brief armed conflict between India and Pakistan in May 2025 saw India attacking Pakistani air and missile bases that are likely to have nuclear-related roles, but both sides took steps to avoid escalation. A mention, of course, of the Kirana Hill strike. This report mentions how we hit Kirana, where perhaps there were nuclear-related activities on. A big confirmation. All right. That's it on this edition of This is Exclusive, a special edition of the debate coming up next at 8 p.m. as we continue our battle for justice in the Twisha story. Stay tuned.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है? आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट, स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जल जीरा, जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल।
बोलो जुबान केसरी, चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question. And more than anyone else, I ask the right wing of this country. Very often I come on television and I say, yes, on several issues, I'm happy to be called a right-winger. But ladies and gentlemen, let me put it clearly. You cannot let a person like this man, this Sushil Prajapati, a leader of the Hindu Yuva Vahini, a local thug, a man accused of rape, you cannot celebrate his act of rape or celebrate the fact that the rapist is out on bail. If that is the message we want to send to our society, and if all the BJP leaders want to be quiet about it, I want to ask them, why are they quiet about this? Why are they quiet? In the silence of the BJP leaders, is there a tacit support to this person? Is there a feeling that anyone who wears or puts a, proclaims that he is from a so-called Hindu organization, that he will be allowed to get away with absolutely everything, including an act of rape? Is there a feeling that this man, do right-wingers feel, this man, this accused rapist is one of our own? So hence, regardless of what happens, one of our own should never be accused. It's like all those people, those radical Islamists who say that as long as the act of murder or crime of terrorism is carried out by a Muslim, it must be defended. This very thought, ladies and gentlemen, is completely unacceptable. And we need to make the point more strongly because it's not the first time this has happened. This happened in the case of Bilkis Bano. When in Gujarat, the rapists of Bilkis Bano came out, they were greeted with tikas and sweets. And it was happening openly. This was an act of defiance. A manner of saying, so what? It is a Hindu who carried out the act of rape and hence we will celebrate him. We will forgive the person. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nobody to forgive. And the last thing we should do is celebrate rapists. This was a shameful moment then. This is a shameful moment now. Sengar was another shameful moment when some people said, oh, Sengar is from, the BJP and hence he can be seen smiling after carrying out the act of rape. And people would celebrate him and say, no, our leader can do no wrong. That was another shameful moment for the right wing. And ladies and gentlemen,
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े, चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम। AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
Octoroma manual winding,
4 लोगों के पास है ये।
कुछ इससे भी अनोखा।
कमला पसंद, सिर्फ एक अनोखा स्वाद। कमला पसंद पान मसाला।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े। चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma. Who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge, in a case where the ex-judge and the ex-judge's advocate's son appear to be more than involved. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 questions tonight. And if they think it's a media trial, so be it. So be it. Why did the ex-judge in the case of Twisha Sharma, neither she nor her son call a police or an ambulance? What took them 57 minutes to bring the body down? Where are the 3 men who are seen in the video dragging Twisha's body, destroying evidence? What was the police doing? Did they question the house staff? Did they question the judge? Was Twisha carrying headphones in her bag, in her hand, or a rope? Where is it now? Where is that so-called belt that cops claim was used by her to commit suicide? Why was it hidden? The mother-in-law, the ex-judge, walks up calmly while the body is being dragged down and evidence is being destroyed before the judge's eyes. Is that normal? Why don't the judges raise a hue and cry about it? Why don't the appellate courts take up this case suo motu? So people don't start believing that when an ex-judge is concerned, the victim will never get justice. Ladies and gentlemen, what was the ex-judge carrying in her hand when she went down? Where is all the CCTV footage? Did the police collect it? Why did the ex-judge's son Samarth Singh escape after bringing the body of his wife to AIIMS? Is it true that the ex-judge's son's medical examination was not conducted? The police station is right behind the ex-judge's Giribala's house. Why was no call made? Why did it take 5 days to file an FIR in the case? Who stalled it? Why was the victim's family attacked in court if there's nothing to hide? And did a very senior police officer go to AIIMS that night to try and fudge the post-mortem report? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking these questions. Now I ask you, am I right or wrong in asking these questions? And if I don't, who will? Will the government of Madhya Pradesh raise these questions? The Chief Minister doesn't have 30 seconds to meet the victim's family. Will the higher courts of the country raise these questions? So far, I have not seen this case being picked up by the appellate courts, though we are screaming and shouting about it. So I say tonight, what happens when other institutions fail? And if we do a media trial, should we be celebrated?
Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Super Prime Time. I'm Kesu Bharadwaj and we have lots lined up for you, including the anti-Pakistan protests that have erupted in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and also India's feat with the Zojila Pass, the engineering marvel and everything that has gone behind it. But first, a quick check on your headlines. Anti-Pakistan and anti-Munir protests in PoK, 30 killed in firing and over 200 injured by Pakistani Rangers as per the Joint Awami Action Committee. Pakistan faces global backlash over violence in PoK. Over 50 UK MPs write to Pakistan over massacre. Zepto's business model, foreign investment under ED scanner. Co-founder Adit Palicha reportedly questioned by ED under the FEMA Act. Direct impact of Republic expose on VVIP treatment to Giribala. Deputy jailer of Central Bhopal Jail now removed. India's big nuclear power messaging deploys 12 nuclear warheads in peacetime. And viewers, now starting first, the conversation bender, Zojila Pass in India, that has achieved full operationality from today. India's most strategic tunnel project that has crossed a historic milestone, the Zojila Tunnel. Now, in fact, we'll take you through some talking points of what this tunnel means, not just for India's defense forces, but how advanced it is. In fact, viewers, first take a look at this. Zojila, the LAC engineering marvel. It's about 13.4 kilometer tunnel which cuts through the Himalayas at over 11,000 feet. That's the first thing. This is in fact the world's longest bi-directional tunnel that's been made at such a high altitude. In fact, it's also built in one of the most hostile mountain environments in the world, which is the Himalayas, because they are a younger mountain range as opposed to others in the world. In fact, also, we get you details about Zojila that it connects Kashmir Valley with the Kargil sector in Ladakh. So obviously it exponentially transcends the operational requirements for the defense sector. In fact, the old pass was one of the scariest drives on earth. And we'll also tell you this was because of the risk of plunging off cliff and also getting buried by avalanches, especially in winter. Heavy snow and avalanches closed the pass for about 6 months, bringing Ladakh to a standstill. Now, in fact, the new tunnel is a year-long connectivity to Ladakh. Not just that, we're also going to talk to you about the operability, the military use of this very tunnel. It's critical for India's defense strategy, and that's because it can hold movement for all year long. It's the primary route for forward regions, including the Siachen glaciers, the highest battlefield in the world where our military is deployed. In fact, the 3.5 hours travel time, which was previously required over the Zojila Pass, cuts down to just 20 minutes with the use of the tunnel. In fact, uninterrupted military movement along the LAC, the line of actual control, the contentious border that's formed with China, will be made a lot more smoother. Now, in fact, let's take a look at technological advancements that have been deployed when it comes to the Zojila tunnel. It's been monitored by the Supervisory Control Data Acquisition. And what it does, it tracks air quality, traffic and visibility every second. That's important. Semi-transverse ventilation systems have also been created, and that's because toxic air and gases get trapped in tunnels, especially at high altitude where oxygen is running low. So this system allows for oxygen to be pumped into this tunnel. Now, in fact, firefighting cabinets and emergency phones have also been established every 125 meters of this tunnel. Pedestrian emergency escapes have also been made at 250 meters within this 13.4 kilometer tunnel. Now, vehicle pullover zones have also been built over every 750 meters. Now, in fact, viewers, let's take you through this engineering marvel and feat. India's most strategic tunnel project has crossed a historic milestone with Zojila Tunnel, which will provide an all-weather connectivity between Kashmir and Ladakh. It's also achieved its final breakthrough just today. Union Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari triggered the ceremonial blast from the Kargil site. Now, at an altitude of over 11,500 feet, the 13.14 kilometer tunnel is all set to become India's longest and the world's longest high-altitude bi-directional road tunnel, which will ensure year-round movement of civilians, tourists and defense forces across the Zojila Pass. Here's more.
A historic breakthrough beneath the Himalayas. The Zojila Tunnel projects achieve its final excavation breakthrough on Tuesday. Republic Zenith reports from the ground on what the breakthrough means for the region.
A major milestone is being achieved when it comes to the infrastructural development in the Himalayan region, when the Ladakh will be getting connected to Sonmarg and the Kashmir Valley. We are showing you the visuals of the Zojila tunnel, and this is East Portal from Zojila main tunnel, which is around 13.15 kilometer, and just 3 meters are left, and where today the Union Minister for Road Transport and Highway, the breakthrough, the blast will trigger so that the excavation part will be completed today.
Union Minister Nitin Gadkari triggered the ceremonial blast from the Kargil site, connecting the excavation fronts from Baltal in Sonamarg and Meenamarg in Dras. Alongside Gadkari, J&K Chief Minister Omar Abdullah and Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha witnessed the historic moment, marking one of India's biggest infrastructure milestones. The final blast officially linked the two ends of the tunnel, bringing the project to its completion.
I'm inside the Zojila tunnel, which is the single tube tunnel, but it is a bi-directional tunnel, and today the breakthrough blast was observed, and it was done by the Union Minister Nitin Gadkari using the remote control detonator to blast the very site. And this is the visual that we are showing you. This is the site of that very blast. You can see there's rocks are scattered all around, and many of the workforce, those who are part of this very project, are just still into their job. They're observing their surroundings here, although the tunnel will be completed by next year. The deadline is set for 2027 November, December. But meanwhile, we are seeing that the work in the progress and also the excavation part has already been completed, just remaining some 3-meter work, which will be covered in couple of days from now.
At 13.14 kilometers in length, the Zojila tunnel will be India's longest road tunnel and the world's longest high-altitude bi-directional road tunnel, built at an altitude of 11,578 feet, through some of the toughest terrain in the Himalayas. Republic also spoke to project team leader Yusuf Ishaqpour, who was nearly 3 decades of experience working on tunnel projects across the Gulf. Ishaqpour says the project posed unique geological challenges far different from tunnel projects elsewhere, making the successful breakthrough even more significant.
Actually, this is a big day for me and for my team and all over the people who are here from NHIDCL and my EPC contractors. This is an iconic project. We are Authority Engineer ICT AIAPL. We are doing the consultancy of the projects. Of course, EPC contractor is Mega Engineering, which together as a team and along with the leadership and guidance of NHIDCL, we have executed this project so far. This is an iconic project and national pride.
For decades, the Zojila Pass has remained vulnerable to extreme weather, often cutting off Ladakh from the Kashmir Valley during winter months. The tunnel aims to change that permanently, ensuring safe, uninterrupted movement throughout the year. The project is expected to boost tourism, strengthen regional connectivity, and significantly enhance strategic military mobility in the sensitive border region. A tunnel emerged as a breakthrough beneath the mountains and a breakthrough for connectivity development and national integration.
And now, viewers, on to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, the area that's witnessing one of its most serious episodes of unrest in recent years. What began as a movement demanding economic relief has now transformed into a larger agitation seeking political and constitutional reforms. Violent clashes between protesters and security forces have left at least 30 people dead and over 200 others injured, even 100 people under the custody of the police. There are allegations of arrests, communication restrictions, and a crackdown on dissent continue to mount. With international concern growing and Islamabad facing increasing scrutiny, the crisis in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir appears far from over. Take a look.
Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is witnessing a major turmoil.
Protests against the Pakistani federal government and the Pakistani army has intensified in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, with thousands of protesters on the road leading the march from Rawalakot to Poonch towards Muzaffarabad, while Pakistani armed forces, including the Pakistani Rangers, Frontier Corps, Islamabad Police and PoK Police have resorted to atrocities on the civilians, in which more than 30 civilians have been killed so far, while over 300 have been injured.
At least 30 people have been killed and nearly 200 injured in clashes between protesters and security forces. The unrest escalated after authorities banned the Joint Awami Action Committee, a grassroots civil society movement. India addressed the situation, saying, "We hope International Committee will hold Pakistan accountable for its misdeeds."
Continue to see in this context a pattern of fake news and videos emanating from Pakistan. It is a desperate attempt by Pakistan to cover up its own failings and deflect attention away from its human rights abuses. There are reports of police brutality, which you would have seen. There are several reports in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in which several people have been killed. There are several more who have been injured. We hope the international community will hold Pakistan accountable for its misdeeds and its abuses.
Lawyers in Pakistan issued statement against Pak government. The group first emerged during economic protests in 2023, but has since expanded its demands to include political and constitutional reforms.
दोस्तों, एक इंसान जब अपना पूरा मन प्रोग्राम करके अपने रास्ते की तरफ जा रहा होता है, तो उसको आप पकड़ के गिरफ्तार करने की कोशिश करते हो, उधर आप लोगों के ऊपर फायरिंग चलाते हो, तो फिर मुझे बताया जाए ये कौन सी जमहूरियत है। आखिर मुझे भी बताया जाए कि जब आप बात करते हो तो आप कहते हो ये मुल्क जमहूरियत में, तो जमहूरियत का नाम लेता है, तो मुझे बताया जाए ये कौन सी जमहूरियत है।
Rawalakot has emerged as the epicenter of the crisis after a trader was allegedly shot during a confrontation with security forces. Muzaffarabad observed a shutdown in support of JAAC, while protesters called their movement a war of rights, dignity and governance.
रहीम कश्मीर वालियों जेडे इस वक्त आज़ाद कश्मीर ने अंदर हालात हैं, यानी कि पुंछ विच रावलाकोट ने अंदर जड़ी इस पाकिस्तानी नापाक फौज जेडे कुत्ते आज़ाद कश्मीर ने अंदर दाखिल होए और उन्होंने लोगों पर बर्बरीयत की है, जुल्म किया नियते लोगों की, जेडे सस्ती बिजली सस्ता आटा तो अपने बुनियादी हकूक मंगने वास्ते हथों में असला नहीं सी, उन्होंने भी जो एहतजाज करी रहे सन, बैठे हुए सन ने उनकी गोलियां शैलिंग मारिया आ गया और आखिर पर इस तरह का ग्रैंड ऑपरेशन किया गया कि उठे 200 तो ज्यादा लाशां गिराइया।
Convoys from Mirpur, Dadial, Bhimber and Kotli have joined a massive long march towards Muzaffarabad. At the heart of the dispute is the status of 12 legislative assembly seats reserved for refugees who settled in Pakistan after 1947. JAAC leaders argue these seats allow Pakistan's mainstream parties to exert disproportionate control over governance in Muzaffarabad.
और 9 तारीख को पाकिस्तान के हुक्मरानों से हम कहते हैं, लाओ, अगर हमारा हक मलकियत नहीं दे सकते, हमारा हक हुक्मरानी नहीं दे सकते, तो हम बच्चे थे, हमने सुना था पाकिस्तान में एक एटम बम बना है जो हिंदुस्तान के मारने के लिए है, कश्मीरियों के तहफ़्फ़ुज़ के लिए है, नहीं काम आया। हक़ मलकियत हक़ हुक्मरानी नहीं दे सकते तो मार दो, आज़ाद कश्मीर पे ख़त्म कर दो एक ही बार, तुम्हारा भयानक चेहरा पूरी दुनिया देख ले।
Meanwhile, activists have alleged communication restrictions, arrests of protesters and a broader crackdown on dissent across the region. More than 50 British lawmakers have also written to Foreign Secretary demanding the UK government to take diplomatic action over the PAK unrest. Parvati Neni Harish, permanent representative of India to the UN, says blaming neighbours for its own failures is an old Pakistani habit.
We reiterate Ulama's call for compliance with obligations under international humanitarian law, including the principles of precaution, distinction, and proportionality to protect civilians from harm. No faith, no law, and no morality can justify these actions. Let me reiterate. Dressing up a massacre as a military operation does not absolve the perpetrator. Killing, maiming, and orphaning civilians is not counter-terrorism. Espousing high principles of international law and Islamic solidarity while mercilessly carrying out airstrikes during the holy month of Ramadan is a perfect example of hypocrisy. Blaming neighbors for its own failures is an old Pakistani habit.
With protests spreading across Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, security forces struggling to contain the anger and international concerns now growing, the JAAC movement has evolved into one of the biggest challenges to Islamabad's authority in the region in recent years.
A complete breakup has occurred in the Trinamool Congress, where one by one, some of the biggest shockers have given a big jolt to Mamata Banerjee. In a recent update, ex-TMC Bidhannagar Mayor and ex-MLA Sabyasachi Datta was arrested in connection with an alleged extortion case. Now, according to this complaint, a businessman accused the TMC leader of extorting several lakh rupees from him. Not just that, he was also heckled with eggs and tomatoes today as the police made way for him. Take a look at this.
The political crisis in TMC is getting intense with each passing day. In the latest development, Trinamool Congress Party's former Bidhannagar Mayor and ex-MLA Sabyasachi Datta was arrested in connection with an alleged extortion case. The locals have shown their anger by throwing eggs and tomatoes at the ex-TMC MLA. A police team from Bidhannagar North Police Station arrested Datta from his Rajarhat residence based on a FIR that was registered after a local businessman, Madhusudan Chakraborty. Chakraborty alleged that Datta, a former MLA, had extorted Rs 1.05 crore in cash from him in February 2018. In the FIR, he accused the TMC leader of mental torture and making death threats against him. After the complaint was registered, the police raided Datta's flat in a multi-story building in a new town. Datta was initially detained and later arrested. Police sources stated that they have some evidence regarding the allegations. And this is not the first incident of eggs being hurled at TMC leaders. Recently, public also attacked Abhishek Banerjee, showing their years of hidden frustration and oppression. This arrest comes after Jahangir Khan from TMC was held yesterday from the Falta constituency. Meanwhile, speaking to Republic, Rebel TMC MP Sukhendu Sekhar Ray, who had resigned yesterday, made a huge statement about his decision of quitting the party.
पार्टी में बहुत सारे अच्छा आदमी हैं, वर्कर्स हैं, फिर भी एक के बाद एक जब गिनाह कांड शुरू हुआ, जैसे कि पार्क स्ट्रीट रेप, कामदूनी रेप वगैरह वगैरह, अल्टीमेटली आरजीकर। तो आरजीकर जब घटा तो उसका पहले ये भी हो चुका है कि एजुकेशन का जो भ्रष्टाचार, एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट में, हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट में भ्रष्टाचार, ये सब शुरू हो गया। और लोग देख रहे हैं, इसकी हिंदी सिनेमा में भी दिखाया नहीं पाया कि ये सारी सीलिंग तक नोट दिखा रहे हैं। बंगाल के इतिहास में पहली दफ़े बीजेपी 200 से अधिक आसन में विजयी होकर सरकार बनाया।
With rebel MPs camping in Delhi, corruption allegations triggering fresh arrests, resignations mounting, the TMC is confronting one of the toughest crises in its recent history. Now, as the political churn deepens, the battle for control of Bengal's opposition space is only expected to intensify in the days ahead.
That's all for Super Prime Time for today. I'll find you here same time tomorrow evening. And on the other side at 8 p.m, our Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami decodes the 15 lapses in Twisha's case. Was this a cover-up? And if yes, who is behind it? This and a lot more at 8 p.m.
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा सिप। MTH का जल जीरा, जीरा सिप।
जीरा सिप, असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट।
अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ। सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा सिप। MTH का जल जीरा, जीरा सिप।
जीरा सिप, असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He is accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question. And more than anyone else, I ask the right wing of this country. Very often I come on television and I say, yes, on several issues, I'm happy to be called a right-winger. But ladies and gentlemen, let me put it clearly. You cannot let a person...
Massacre in PoK. PoK breaking apart. All eyes on PoK, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Co-presenting by Borger Paints, paint your imagination. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. TVS iQube, India's favorite family EV. Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट।
अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जल जीरा, जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
जब तक लाजवाब न बन जाए उसे नहीं इत्मीनान है। तभी तो रिचमंड बनना नहीं आसान है।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े। चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma. Who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge.
Massacre in PoK. PoK breaking apart. All eyes on PoK, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Co-presenting by Borger Paints, paint your imagination. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. TVS iQube, India's favorite family EV.
Today, India is a country that never stops. न रुकेंगे, न धीमा पड़ेंगे, न थमेंगे, ये इंडिया ने ठान लिया है। हमारी सारी नीतियां, सारी योजनाएं सर्वजन हिताय, सर्वजन सुखाय, राष्ट्र हित से ही तय होती हैं।
Massacre in PoK. PoK breaking apart. All eyes on PoK, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Co-presenting by Borger Paints, paint your imagination. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. TVS iQube, India's favorite family EV.
भारत के 130 करोड़ लोगों की सोच जो कहती है नेशन फर्स्ट, समय का चक्र ये भी देख रहा है कि जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तो देश बड़े फैसले भी लेता है, उन फैसलों को स्वीकार करने की क्षमता दिखाकर आगे भी बढ़ता है।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, the system is challenging the people. The system is saying that it's going to do a cover-up in the Twisha Sharma case and challenging the people of India to do something about it. Well, our answer is we will and we can. And at 9 o'clock tonight is what Rajnath Singh predicted coming true, is PoK breaking up completely on its own. These images are horrifying the world about what's happening in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has come where the entire system has come together to challenge you, to challenge me, to challenge all of us. And this is happening in the Twisha Sharma case. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll recap the Twisha Sharma case in 10 seconds. You have a young lady, 5 months into her marriage, who dies under mysterious circumstances. The finger of suspicion is on her husband and her mother-in-law. The mother-in-law, as you know, is an ex-judge, and her husband is an advocate. Both are very connected. They know the DG, they know the Lokayuk, they know the entire judicial system. This case came into national prominence because of the pressure built by the people, the viewers of Republic, and along with a very brave family, Twisha's family, which said, no, we believe that our daughter was killed and we want action against her husband and against her mother-in-law, who's the ex-judge. Because the ex-judge is very influential, she did everything possible to cover up the case. But because of your pressure, we could open up several loopholes. This is where the case stands. Presently, she is in custody. But we fear she's going to come out because the whole system has been fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you with sharp evidence today, which proves that a crucial bit of evidence could have gone missing. A crucial bit of evidence has gone unrecorded. The Panchanama does not include anything about the ligature belt. The Panchanama, which is, in other words, a seizure memo, you can see it out there, has been deliberately put together in such a way that it does not have the signature of the accused and the co-accused. It does not mention anything about the belt which she is believed to have used to have hung herself. Which means there is nothing about what you call the ligature belt, which is the most important piece of evidence out here. Deliberately, the police in this case have made that that piece of evidence go missing, and there is no signature on the document either. This can be only done by people who know that if you leave this technical loophole, then the ex-judge and her son will go scot-free. In simple words, ladies and gentlemen, Twisha is killed or dies mysteriously on the 12th. On the 13th, when the seizure memo is put together, it is left unsigned. A sub-inspector who is apparently gone on leave right now, on sick leave or medical leave, cannot do this by himself. This can only happen when very powerful people give clear instructions down the line, to leave the seizure memo, put it together in such a way, unsigned, so that when the case comes to trial, this whole case can collapse. This has, in my view, been deliberately done. Otherwise, why would you leave the main piece of evidence unrecorded? We don't know which is the belt which she used to hang herself, which makes me believe that it is entirely possible that Twisha did not hang herself, that she was strangulated. Now, if that belt, which was used to strangulate her, has gone missing, why is it gone missing? Is it because somebody thought there would be fingerprints on that belt? Or that if you would leave that piece of evidence, any investigator in the future from the CBI who were to come into the case would be able to connect the dots and put the blame where it needs to be put? Was the judge doing this deliberately? Was she trying to manipulate things? My dear viewers of Republic, we keep fighting about cases like this. Here's a clear case where I can say without a shred of doubt that the Bhopal Police Commissioner should quit. The Director General of Police should quit. They cannot just say, oh, there have been some, what's the word used for it, some lapses. These are not lapses, Mr. Commissioner, Mr. Director General of Police. This is far more serious than that. Far more serious than that. How is it that in a nationally televised, investigated case, the Bhopal police, the police has to explain how did the piece of evidence go missing? Am I not to link the fact that the evidence has got missing, the seizure document, the seizure memo is unsigned, the Panchanama is unsigned, and not connected to the facts that here is a person who's not just an ex-judge, knows the Lokayuk, calls the Director General of Police, has huge connections, is very influential, and is therefore has been able to manage the system in a way that the police makes this critical error and try to pass it off as a lapse. It is not a lapse. It is not a lapse. But you know what, viewers? This is what happens when people who know how to misuse the system want to destroy the confidence of a family fighting for a daughter who died. And therefore, this is very case, ladies and gentlemen, very simple case. It is the entire system versus the Aam Aadmi. It is the whole powerful system of politicians, police, judges, bureaucrats, and all the lot on one side, and one helpless family that is still fighting bravely on the other. My dear viewers, the other day, the father of Twisha, Navnidhi Sharma, who's joining me on the program, said to me today that he was told by someone in the police that we know that you've lost your daughter, but we are going to balance things out. Balance our investigation. I want to say tonight, you see the pictures of Twisha's brother out there at the cremation of his only sister. You see these pictures today. And I want to ask the politicians in this country, the people who are responsible for delivering justice in this country, if they have a heart, will they stand up for Twisha's family? If Twisha's family loses this battle, and Giribala, the ex-judge, wins, then all of us have lost. And people will entirely lose faith in the judicial system and the criminal justice system in this country. And therefore people say, oh no, why do you take these cases on? I do it because I believe we are doing the right thing. I believe that some things are just wrong. What has happened to Tuisha's family is just wrong. And to leave them alone today is equally wrong. If you're watching my program tonight, I have just one thing to say to you. Let us consider Tuisha's family as our own. And let us all come together with them and send a message to the Madhya Pradesh police, to the Madhya Pradesh government, to the powerful people in this country and to the CBI, that this family is not alone. We will not let Giribala win. We will not let Tuisha's family lose. It's about us and our country's future after all. Please join hands with us. Let's tell Tuisha's family they are not. In a country of 140 billion people, Tuisha's family should not be alone. Let's debate.
This is Katara Hills Police Station. Republic reached the police station to find answers about SI Dinesh Sharma, the officer who seized the alleged ligature belt.
ये कटारल थाना है जहाँ पर शुरुआत में इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया गया था, हालांकि बाद में सीबीआई को केस दे दिया गया। तो जो सस्पेक्टर दिनेश शर्मा है उनकी भूमिका इसलिए भी संदिग्ध है कि लिगेचर बेल्ट देरी से पहुंचा, पोस्टमार्टम के बाद पहुंचा। दूसरी बात जो उसकी निशानदेही होनी थी वो निशानदेही के बिना जब्ती पंचनामा के ही जो है लिगेचर बेल्ट जो है उसको जब्त किया गया। तो इस पूरे घटनाक्रम में कहीं ना कहीं उनकी भूमिका संदिग्ध है और इसीलिए कई तरह के सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं। तो ऐसा के जो वकील हैं वो भी सवाल खड़े कर रहे हैं। और अब हमारे पास इनपुट्स है कि जो दिनेश शर्मा जी हैं, सर दिनेश शर्मा जी क्या सिक लीव? दिनेश शर्मा जी बीमार हैं, सिक लीव पर हैं।
ऐसा बताएंगे कब पर हैं?
क्या तबीयत खराब है? क्या
मैं बता रहा हूँ। क्यों महाराज?
तो देखिए हम पूछते हैं सर दिनेश शर्मा जी क्या सिक लीव पर हैं?
जी हाँ, सिक लीव पे हैं।
कितने दिन से?
2 दिन।
क्या हुआ है उनको?
दस्त पेट।
तो वो अभी थाने नहीं आ रहे? तो देखिए जो थाना स्टाफ है वो भी बता रहे हैं कि दिनेश शर्मा जो है वो फिलहाल सिक लीव पर हैं। अब चूंकि इस पूरे मामले में जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि लिगेचर बेल्ट सबसे महत्वपूर्ण कड़ी है और उसकी जब्ती पंचनामे से लेकर डॉक्टरों के पास तक नहीं पहुंचने में कई लापरवाहियां उजागर हुई हैं।
Police personnel confirmed on camera that SI Dinesh Sharma is currently on sick leave. SI Dinesh Sharma is the officer who prepared the seizure memo relating to alleged ligature belt on May 13th. But Republic investigation has found a crucial discrepancy in that document. This is the seizure memo of the alleged ligature belt. But it's missing Giribala and Samat's signature on it. Phones have signatures, documents have signatures, personal belongings have signatures. So why is the most important piece of evidence different?
Allah or Samarth, both have not identified that ligature. Then at what basis sub-inspector have seized that ligature? Who told him? The document does not contain name of both the accused or suspect at that time. These two persons were the only who were present at the crime scene, and these two persons were the only persons who have told the investigator or have identified them.
And the questions do not stop there. Why was the alleged ligature belt not made available during crucial stages of the first medical examination? The very evidence used to support the suicide theory was absent during both autopsies.
If Dinesh SI, that Dinesh Sharma was present on the crime scene, he was seizing everything, then why this particular headphone was not there, which is very well evident from the video that she's taking up that headphone.
Republic has also accessed video that raises further questions. The footage shows Samarth carrying Tuisha, stopping repeatedly, receiving assistance. The video is now part of the larger scrutiny over the sequence of events presented from the beginning.
The ligature was seized without identification. How did
the sub-inspector gained knowledge or possessed knowledge about the identification of the ligature. The photo which surfaced, which shows that two gem poles and two different ligatures are present on the crime scene. How did he identify from which she committed allegedly suicide?
For weeks, Republic has tracked every development in this case, from the missing ligature questions to the autopsy controversy, to the questions surrounding the handling of evidence. And tonight, yet another layer has emerged.
The direct charge is that the judiciary failed in its duty of impartial adjudication in a case involving a former judge. It's like saying that the police failed to investigate charges against a former police commissioner. And if we fought Parambir Singh, we will fight Giribala as well. If there has been manipulation of procedure, it will be questioned. And I don't care. I absolutely do not care whether anybody in the judiciary is uncomfortable about it. And we are ready to face the consequences for that. We are ready to face the consequences of fighting for the truth.
Long before the arrests, Republic had stood its ground, firmly seeking answers and justice. Tonight, the debate is not just about what happened to Trisha. The debate is about whether the truth was protected or whether crucial questions were left unanswered. The biggest question is, have these glaring lapses and deliberate loopholes helped Giribala and Samarth before the trial has even begun? Trisha is not alone, and tonight the nation demands answers.
Dear viewers on Republic, we are continuing to pursue this case because we believe that what's going on is very wrong. It's a very deliberate attempt to help the judge, to help the prime accused, to fix the evidence, to put together things in such a manner that the case collapses in the trial court. You put this anywhere, Anurag Srivastav is with us, Rhythm, and Navniti Sharma ji, I just want to say to you, Trisha's father, who is with us today, that you are a very brave man. You keep fighting, but I had told you, that jab 5 din ke liye nazar hat jayegi, for 5 days, if we take our attention away, the system will come together and cover up the whole case. Right, Rhythm? This is a pure and simple case. Fool the people, support the powerful, fix the evidence. This case is such a case, viewers. This case, the way the system is supporting the powerful judge in this case and her advocate's son, this is the reason why people are afraid of going to the police station or going to courts. And if the honorable judges of the Supreme Court of India and high courts and politicians want to bring credibility back to the judicial and criminal justice system, they have to give Trisha's father justice. Navniti ji, aapse shuru karunga. Lines are open, by the way, viewers. That can you just explain to us in English, Hindi, as you wish? I am shocked that the biggest piece of evidence one has gone missing. वो कह रहे piece of evidence नहीं है. Then the second autopsy was done without the belt. How can you do a second autopsy without the most important piece of evidence? Thirdly, the seizure memo has not been signed by either Giribala or Samarth, which means there is no evidence against them. The evidence itself has been destroyed. The basic thing of law is that you have to get the seizure memo signed by the witnesses. It's not been signed. Which means they have given this, they have prepared this and thought ki aise aise kar do. Media is talking a lot. Can you just not put our signatures on the seizure document? Tomorrow we'll go and disown everything in court. So the system has been manipulated to make you lose, to make the Aam Aadmi lose and to make the powerful win. Our first speaker on this is Navnidhi Sharma ji. Calls are coming. Keep the calls coming. Navnidhi ji, क्या आप में हिम्मत है to fight? Do you still have the courage to fight?
सर, मैं आपसे ये पहले सबका धन्यवाद जो मैं इतना आगे बढ़ा हूँ और आप लोगों की पब्लिक की आम आदमी की ताकत से बढ़ा हूँ, आप लोगों के सहयोग से बढ़ा हूँ। मैं आपको आज एक वादा करना चाहता हूँ, मैं अपने मरते दम तक अगर कहीं भी कोई चीज गड़बड़ दिखूंगा, आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद एनीथिंग, अगर कोई कमी निकलेगी मैं मरते दम तक इसके लिए फाइट करूंगा, चाहे कोई भी सामने आ जाए। आज इन्वेस्टिगेशन अपने अंडरगोन है, मैं उसमें कुछ कहना नहीं चाहता, पर फिर भी मैं आपसे कहता हूं कि अगर कोई चीज गलत होगी तो मैं सड़क पर
हाउ इज द सीजर डॉक्यूमेंट
आगे तक युद्ध लड़ूंगा जब तक मेरे जान में शरीर में जान है।
Anurag Srivastav, can you tell us that how is the seizure memo not signed by Giribala or Samarth? And now that it has not been signed by the witnesses, the sub-inspector has gone missing. What is the impact on the case?
That is the thing which we have been highlighting from day one, that there is totally wash up of the investigation. See, I have another fear that this ligature which has been said to be seized is not the ligature which was used for the offence. See, keeping the ligature 13-14 days away from the investigation, keeping it away from the first post-mortem team, keeping it away from the second autopsy team, and then when the second autopsy team arrives, you say that you have sent it to the FSL investigation. My fear is that this ligature is something different from the ligature which was actually used, and this ligature is not having any FSL evidence. There is no DNA evidence, that this must not be having any impression of any part of the neck of Trisha, and only to establish this, the delay has been caused. The ligature was not properly seized. It was with the policeman for 2 days in his car, and then subsequently it was not put up before both the postmortem teams and sent to the FSL lab after say 15 days, when we don't expect any signs of any material being available for DNA examination or FSL examination in that during that process. So we fear that actually this ligature must not be that ligature which was actually used. It has been destroyed.
You feel that the evidence has been you feel that the evidence has been manipulated.
Of course.
And the manipulation has already happened.
That is from the day one. Now we come to know that there are two ligatures. There were two ligatures present at the scene of the crime. Why this was seized? Why the other was not seized? Who made this happen? That the other ligature has to be left out at the scene of crime.
See, this is now the police is trying to say that the police is trying to say Yogita and Diljit, that this is a lapse. I am saying it cannot be a lapse because the most critical piece of evidence, the critical ligature belt, was completely withheld from the medical board at AIIMS Bhopal during the initial post-mortem examination. The question is why? Because the investigating officer failed to supply the belt to forensic doctors. Right? Experts are left entirely unable to perform a scientific correlation to determine if the marks on Twisha's neck match the strap of the belt. See, if she has been strangulated, let us put it this way, Yogita, I want to be very blunt. Suppose XYZ has strangulated her. They will need to match the belt with the injury marks. Now the belt goes missing. The police says galti ho gayi. The signature on the seizure memo and Panchnama is not there. This is not an administrative lapse. This is a very big deliberate thing that is happening. Which means suppose she has been killed with a belt, that belt has been made to go away.
I think it's more than the lapse. I think it is again hands and gloves. Like you can say that first Giribala failed this daughter, and then the system and the police, now the judiciary. So I think they're all trying to protect each other, and it is very evident from day one. It is not very filmy what we see in movies in Bollywood. It is And we have seen, in Jessica Lal case or so many cases, we have seen how, the powerful people, they try to cover things and how, things happen. So we are not seeing it for the first time. We have seen so many cases.
But this is what we hope was changing in our country, right? We wanted these things to change in our country. We did not want our country to become a country where judges, policemen, powerful businessmen, bureaucrats can cover up everything. Now, I just want to let you know, Shaina NC, because you're from the Shiv Sena and Raman sympathizes with the ruling party, that the fact is that the people are getting very frustrated. They are saying that look at Twisha's father. He keeps coming on the channel and saying, he begs for justice. Begs for justice. But this is happening openly. Now, Shaina, this woman, Giribala, was not even kept in jail. She was kept in some hospital. She was given bail. The CBI says we don't want further custody. She called the Lokayukta. She called the police commissioner. She called the Director General of Police. The police commissioner says there has been a lapse. The Panchnama has been forged. This cannot happen unless someone powerful says, leave the back door open so that nothing happens in the case,
Firstly, Arnab, let me please assure Sharma ji that he will get justice no matter what.
On what basis are you assuring him?
I'll tell you.
On what basis are you assuring him?
Look, whether it is the CBI investigating or the crime scene being recreated, we do understand that there are serious questions, and I will say it out loud. One, whether it's the ligature rope which was found after 10 hours, that is a huge question. Obviously, the investigative agencies...
No, but Shaina, you keep saying assure. When the SSR case went to the CBI, you said, we assure you that the SSR case things will happen. When the Disha Salian case came, you said, we assure you there will be justice for Disha Salian. In the Twisha Sharma case, you are saying, I assure you that there will be justice for Twisha. What rubbish?
Time is the essence. No, Arnab, time is the essence here. We are losing on time. And every day is important.
We are losing time,
wrong slot.
It is very evident.
Put me in the wrong slot, Arnab, because from day one, I have been saying clearly that whether...
I want to ask people watching tonight...
Under Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita Dowry death, the cruelty to a woman, the character assassinating, the typical stereotypical mother-in-law syndrome where Giribala Singh has a character assassinated Twisha. The fact that she came from an industry which may have been different to her.
No, Rhythm wants to ask something. Rhythm, come in.
All these are
no, Rhythm, come in. Rhythm. Rhythm has a question. Rhythm.
China, I do want to ask you a question. All of us are talking right now, but at trial, it is evidence that counts. If on day one, a seizure is made, and the seizure is not signed at that time by Giribala and Samarth, and remember, these are the two witnesses in the case. If it's not signed by them, the entire crime probe is vitiated. The entire crime scene has been tampered with. And 10 days after that, she's arrested. So she gets 10 days. If this is not the ligature belt, then what is the piece of evidence with which Twisha was either hung or Twisha died? What is the real truth? Is it strangulation or suicide? There are 7 anti-mortem injuries on her body, Shaina. Raman Malik, you should know this. 7 anti-mortem injuries. Which means what? On a suicide
She was beaten up and then strangulated. That's what it means. She was beaten up and then strangulated. That's what it means.
When all these questions is there together, the bigger question, Arnab, is at trial, nothing will stand. They've so cleverly connected the dots and ensured that SI Dinesh Sharma, who only took this seizure, where there are no signatures of Samarth and Giribala, is on sick leave. The moment we start the investigation, he goes on sick leave. When she's in jail...
No, the whole country is talking about the investigation and the sub-inspector... one minute.
That this shouts loud that this is the operation of the administration, not the political forces. The political forces are not involved here. But Arnab, I would like to bring your attention to this.
This is your
that what happened
versus on a fight.
What you're talking about happened in the Sukanya case. It did not happen in the Trisha case.
It's your failure.
The Sukanya case was where even the fiercest of journalists, they bundled up their investigation and threw it. They did not come forward with the investigation.
Navniti Sharma ji also tried to
all documentaries got vanished. That is the fear psychosis that happens of the powerful. That is where
you are powerful,
we should
Mr.
not be going.
Yogita, trying to protect the wrong.
Mr. Sharma,
just because you are
I
sitting in
stand
power,
with
it
him.
is all the more your responsibility.
And I can tell you, this government will not let
You have failed the daughters time and again, and you never acknowledge that. You always try to shield yourself, shield your party, trying to look good always.
They will be taken.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people are calling tonight. 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get the back to the... ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute. Volume down, volume down. A lot of people are calling tonight. They want to give support to Twisha Sharma's father, Navnidhi Sharma. And I'm asking you, if you're watching the program tonight, does this make you angry? It for sure makes me very angry. Does this make you furious? Does this make you helpless? It for sure makes all of us feel helpless. Because what you realize is, in India, a system is running so well, where anything can be done. You can kill a person, you can strangulate a person, you can beat up a person, and you can cover it up. You can beautifully cover it up. And in this case, there are 7 antemortem injuries on Twisha's body, which means she was very badly beaten before she died. I don't know what has happened to our beautiful country, where people are no longer angry about these cases. If you're angry, then you call and show your anger tonight. If we believe it's all right, we just want to watch the next reel. We just want to make the next reel. If life has become about making reels and looking away, then choose to live in your own candy floss world.
6,000 girls we lose every year.
No, I wanted to send a message out through the program, Yogita, that Twisha's father is not alone.
We are with him. Thanks for your support. You are the only one who is supporting them. And हाथ जोड़ के आप सबको है कि इनका साथ दीजिए. Everybody should support them. It has reached to this level where at least it is getting attention. We will get to the justice also because of your support. Because of the support of people like you.
We're doing this, but has the police lost its mind? The initial short post-mortem report from AIIMS notes the cause of death, Sohail, to be antemortem hanging, but crucially flags multiple minor blunt force injuries on other parts of her body, which is contradicting the suicide claims made by her in-laws. The more likely case appears logically that she's strangulated and then killed. If any genuine suicide by hanging, antemortem injuries of this nature are medically anomalous. It does not happen. The finding alone demands that the primary accused be placed under police custody. But what did the Bhopal police do? Nothing. Yes, Sohail.
Let's imagine if this horrific crime, and God forbid, this one doesn't wish it on anyone. God forbid if this horrific crime had happened on a politician's relative or a member of parliament's relative. Do you think it would have taken the same trajectory? No. Raman Malik says, politicians are not involved. They may not be involved. But obviously the police does not have the courage to do what they do without either support or the benevolence of their political masters. Yeah. You saw how the police has turned in Bengal. Overnight, the marauders have become the protectors. So this utter rubbish that, politicians are not involved. Politicians, of course, are involved. The police has the gumption to do what they do with great aplomb because they don't care, because they've got someone's heart over their head. I mean, let's not be stupid and, puerile in our understanding of how the system works. So this utter nonsense has to stop. I love Shaina's, constant belief and optimism, and rightly so, that yes, things will happen. But when will they happen? It's not about if, it's about when will they happen. What will you tell Twisha's father? What will you tell other people who are looking up to a BJP government saying that these people are different from the Congress or from any other government? What will you tell people who have hope in the judiciary or hope in the police, as they should, as they must? So my question, Arnab, is, you are not letting the system down. That is given. People have lost hope long ago. You are now ignoring. You are making the citizen totally disregard, disbelieve, and disrespect anything that is official because he has lost faith in your ability to be honest, truthful, and relevant. That is the bigger problem. The bigger problem is not only this particular case. The bigger problem is the citizen says, Goli maro, ye to hona hi hai hamare desh mein. When you become cynical and when you lose hope, that is the beginning of the end.
I have a lot of calls tonight.
One thing.
I have a lot of calls tonight and I'm going to take the calls. I just say one thing. Diljit is the criminal lawyer and Manish Bariyar, I hope you're hearing this. People vote for a government that in moments of difficulty, the people we voted for stand by us. Has the Madhya Pradesh government stood with the family of Twisha? In any genuine hanging, in genuine suicide by hanging, this kind of antemortem injuries don't happen. You cannot let the primary accused abscond. The ligature belt is seized 10 hours after the police are informed. Do the maths. The police are informed at night, Diljit. They claim they did a spot inspection immediately. But the ligature material, the single most important piece of evidence in this case, is not seized till 10 to 12 hours later.
As is the CCTV.
No, the police should be sacked. This is being obviously deliberately done. This is a crisis for our criminal justice system, Diljit, because people are identifying with Twisha's case.
All right, Arnab, so I have a
people
point
are identifying Twisha's family is not alone, Diljit. Manish, Twisha's family is no longer alone. Yes, to you.
I agree with you, and given the circumstances which have been very clearly brought out by Republic TV right from day one, I would say that the immediate course of action which needs to be taken by the CBI is to rope in the investigating officer and the team of police officers who had visited the crime scene, because it is very clear that they have conspired.
You must first, you can't rope them in. You have to first put them also under interrogation.
Correct. You have to first accuse them of the offense of, disappearance of the evidence. It's very
absolutely.
And all this thing which is happening, this is ABCD of investigation. When you go for an investigation like this, you don't even have a look at the ligature material, and then you say it is a case of suicide. Even if it is a case of suicide, where is the material? Where is the ligature material which was used by her to commit suicide? 10 hours.
It's gone missing.
When Giribala was there in the house, she had 10 hours to manipulate the crime scene. And thereafter she calls the cops and thereafter says, well, this is the belt which has been left. And I agree with the counsel who's representing Twisha Sharma in court that this seems to be a ploy on the part of Giribala. It doesn't seem to be the material which was used, because this has come after 10 hours at the behest of Giribala.
Diljit, you're a criminal lawyer. Can all this fixing be done by a sub-inspector?
Absolutely, Arnav. It is very evident.
No, it must be with blessings from above.
Yes, agree with you. Because she has made 40 calls, 46 calls immediately in the period. What is that indicator of? It is indicator of the fact that she was trying to fix the system. And immediately they should include this particular charge of disappearance of evidence. They should rope in, even if it is the Director General of Police. Whosoever she has called up, they are the ones who become, suspects. At least in
but listen to me now. But when you say
file a criminal case against the Director General of Police in Madhya Pradesh and then see
the commissioner,
then see how quickly things will unravel. Diljit is right. Today the cover-up is because in India
have a look at the CBR.
In India, it's easy to hit the lowest
all of them
rung.
should become accused in this. All of them should become accused. All the police officers who have been called.
In India, the lowest guy gets hit the hardest. You want to make an example? File a criminal case. Ask the CBI to investigate the Director General of Police and the Commissioner of Police, and then see what happens. All these guys will fall in line.
What happens, Suhail, in a normal case? You said what
happens? That is worrying.
No, in a normal case, the problem is that in our country, in our criminal justice system, there are two kinds of people, Manish. One are normal people and the other are abnormal people. And the abnormal people are the powerful people. The abnormal people have abnormal rules. Giribala Singh falls in the abnormal category. That is why, as the primary accused, she hands over the DVR containing CCTV footage of her daughter-in-law's final moments 18 hours after the death. She's given 18 hours. Manish, she has been given by your system 18 hours to manipulate CCTV footage. Then, and the police says, Honorable Judge, if you don't mind, if it doesn't displease your lordship, would you give us the CCTV footage? And she said, okay, wait for 18 hours, I'll give you what I can. In the meantime, she calls all the CCTV technicians, Jaldi aise karo, waise karo. The system is giving her time. Manish, the system is giving her time to manipulate. The system is giving her lots of time to manipulate. Why are you allowing all this? Why are you guys allowing all this?
Absolutely not, Arnab. Whatever the accused does, they do the best, but ultimately they do get caught. They do get
this is the punishment. That's your optimism.
Trust Supreme Court, and Supreme Court took a suo moto intervention.
But this is despite that this has happened. No, see, all of this has happened before Supreme Court, suo moto, and all this. Whole thing has been fixed. Now what happens if they go before the Supreme Court and say, "Sir, sorry, my lordships, we have manipulated the evidence."
People do try, right? People do try.
No. But suppose they say, sorry, my lordships, the evidence has been manipulated.
And even the CBI takeover, a defensive government would have...
No, you are not understanding. This case has been taken over only because of media pressure. Nothing else.
I agree. But a defensive government would not hand it over so easily to
Government
CBI.
has not handed it over. Supreme Court took it over suo moto. I want Rhythm to come in on this. I'll open up lines. No.
You hinting into
and I think we can't be so giving whether it comes to the judiciary right here or whether it comes to what really happened. There are certain questions that have been raised. Sharma ji, I just...
Giribala, have you put their name on the file?
Raman Malik, I tell me one thing. Right, the Jeep was telling us,
Rhythm louder, Raman bro.
Any crime scene that is supposed to be kosher, a crime scene has to be kosher. Why would signature at that time not given by Giribala or someone? Today, the sub-inspector will be made the fall guy like Arnab is telling us.
And the people...
Yeah, the sub-inspector will be made the fall guy. Raman, you're getting too much importance. Can you change the windows?
The sacrificial lamb. He will be the sacrificial lamb. The sub-inspector will be hauled over the coals. Nothing will happen to the politician.
And I'll just show full frame the pictures. I'll tell you I tell you viewers, the pictures which came from Tushar's cremation. And Navnidhi ji, I'm sorry, I have to show this because I want people...
Where is the Home Minister in all this? Where is the Madhya Pradesh Home Minister? Is there a Home Minister? Or is he at home? Where is the Home Minister?
And this visual, ladies and gentlemen, remember, Tushar's brother is a serving army officer. He's a major. And I want to use the opportunity and this platform to send a message to him and his father who are on my program, that they are not alone. If we, all of us, aware citizens, leave them alone, then trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there is no justice in this country. If this image does not move you and you still believe that let it be, let's imagine this does not happen to us so we don't need to look at it. This is what has happened. Powerful people have destroyed a family and they are now protecting themselves. I'm opening up to calls, but before that, Navnidhi ji wanted to say something. Navnidhi ji, over to you, and then our first caller will come in, please. Yeah.
Sir, इसमें मैं ये सब लोगों से कहना चाहता हूँ, इन सब के अलावा एक बड़ा कल्प्रिट जो हम नहीं डिस्कस कर पाए हैं, वो है डॉक्टर त्रिपाठी, जिसने साजिश करके इस लड़की को पागल करने का, करार करने का जो है जुर्म किया है सर। एक लड़की एक दिन में पागल हो जाएगी।
वो कहां पे है नवनिधि जी? वो कहां पे काम करता है ये त्रिपाठी?
मतलब ये तो एक पुलिस वाला तो चलो उसकी हैबिट है दूर करने की, एक मेडिकल फ्रेटर्निटी का आदमी बैठ करके एक पेपर लिख रहा है।
Who is this Tripathi? Where does he work, Arnab? Where does Tripathi work?
At the same hospital
where the postmortem happened.
नहीं वो गवर्नमेंट वो सरकारी
गवर्नमेंट नहीं है,
it's a private hospital. It's a private hospital where Giribala's sister is also a specialist.
Yes, Anurag has said it.
There you are.
It is a private hospital where Giribala's sister is also a specialist. And to my surprise, Arnab, I want to quote one thing today, that Twisha is no more, who was the only third person available. in the house. She is no more. The only two persons available are Giribala and
accused
Samar.
and co-accused.
The entire investigation is believing the story which those two accused are telling, that she hung herself, that we saw that Giribala saw that she had hung herself. There is no photograph. They didn't get a time to click one photograph that
you're right, Anurag.
Anurag, room on the second floor is not known to anyone.
This is an incredible case where the version of the suicide is the version put out by the accused. The accused and the co-accused have put out a version that the rest of the media is putting out. Giribala, who's a retired judge, does not inform Twisha's parents. She does not call an ambulance. She calls 40 other people, including a sitting additional district judge. She calls the Lokayukta of Madhya Pradesh, Justice Satyendra Singh, 3 times at 9:58 a.m., 6:02 p.m. and 6:08 p.m. And if the Lokayukta of Madhya Pradesh, Justice Satyendra Singh, is watching the program, the nation wants to know, why did she make 3 calls to you? Did you receive 3 calls from Giribala at 9:58 a.m., 6:02 p.m. and 6:08 p.m.? She calls an IPS officer, Director General of the Home Guards, 6 times. She does not call the parents of Twisha. She calls the CCTV installer 2 times. She does not call the family of Twisha. Your daughter-in-law's body is not yet cold. You're working the phones. You are calling the Lokayukt. You are calling CCTV technicians when there is a death in your house. And then you say, oh, she killed herself. And then you don't sign the seizure note. And you fix the whole damn system. And then the Supreme Court, after 10 days of Republic's investigation, says, we take up the case suo moto. And now we are told, oh, sorry, the evidence went missing. You see, this is the ultimate cover-up. Ultimate cover-up. And remember, viewers, this is one case where Republic has picked it up. How many cases are there which we don't even get to know? How do we know we are not going to be next? You are not going to be next? How do you know, if you're watching this, that you won't be a victim and there won't be another judge or powerful bureaucrat or politician on the other side? Simant is calling from Bhopal. She lives close to Giribala's residence. Simant, are you there?
Yeah, I am there, Arnab.
Tell me, what do you know, Simant?
So, Arnab, first of all, thank you for taking this call, which is really disturbing everybody around the country. Not only in Bhopal, there's a deep anguish and anger with all of us. Now, it's an open and shut case of murder, which is being covered up. Let's be straight on this. There's a deep nexus of police, legal system and politician, including the medical fraternity of AIMS, which is very, very, very painful. And let me tell you that let the legal thing be handled by Anurag and team. They are very competent. I am very sure of them. But this is also a disrespect to our armed forces, where we see...
It's disrespect for our armed forces is one very important point made. Yes, please. But brother is a serving army officer.
The request, Arnab, here is that you are your channel and you are very powerful. Get the CM, Home Minister, Police Commissioner on your channel, on your program.
That's what I'm saying.
We need to ask those questions to them. They are answerable to all of us. They come to us for votes. They have given us a lot of assurances. Let the CM and Home Minister, they have not done any favor by giving 5 minutes to Mr. Sharma. It was their duty, basic duty. And so please make them come on your program, and we all want to ask those hard questions to them directly, and you can ask them. You have the power. We don't have the power. They can't let us even enter their offices. You can get them. Your correspondents can
We
get
will
them.
absolutely do that, Simant. We will absolutely do that. I'm as angry as you on this. And, people tell me, Simant, why do you shout? I said, if you don't shout, nobody will be heard. And you notice today, the entire corporate media is keeping quiet on this. Why is the corporate media quiet on this? Because they want contracts in Madhya Pradesh? Because they do business in Madhya Pradesh? So they won't speak. They'll give up on the people, but keep their corporate interests going. Sridhar is calling in from Thane this evening. I have 3 more minutes. Sridhar, are you angry on this? What would you like to say?
Sir. Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, Sridhar.
I'm really angry with this. You see, all powerful people have worked with Giribala. All powerful people have worked with Giribala to make the case weak. Okay? Evidences are missing. Mr. Dinesh is on leave. Why can't you cancel the leave and call him back? No. And summon all the people who are hand in glove involved. Check our phone lines. Call everyone. And we boast of Arnab, a double-engine sarkar. Why can't the centre instruct the Madhya Pradesh government to take hold of this case and solve it and bring it to a logical conclusion? The central government boast of double sarkar, engine sarkar. Let them actually intervene in this case. I am very much annoyed with this.
We are all very annoyed about this, you know. A retired judge gets bail. She's going to come out in 2 days like this. The CBI will be say, okay, we don't want a custodial interrogation. They've already said that. Which means Giribala, under your watch, Shaina, Raman, 3 days from now will be sitting at home and watching Netflix. This is the reality in our country.
It's not.
No, this is the reality in our country. You want to know how angry people are? You actually want to know how angry people are?
This is a case of gross dowry harassment and the misuse of power, which is evident. Whether it is the CCTV footage or the fact that the CBI had to recreate this case.
And the rich got through.
I really don't understand why you're allowing this. People are very angry. My phone lines are jammed. Subramaniam is calling from Bengaluru. Subramaniam, you want to say something, Mr. Subramaniam?
Yeah. Good evening, Arnab.
Why don't you speak directly to Twisha's father? He's here right now.
Yeah, I was actually coming to that. I mean, my hat goes out to you, sir. I mean, we have been seeing that Arnab has been single-handedly taking the whole thing forward, you know, using his best resources. And I think he's been doing an amazing, eye-opening job. Arnab, my question to you, I mean, throughout this debate, there are so many alternatives which are being proposed, so many solutions which are being there. It seems like you are running a mini tutorial class for the CBI. I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, to summon and to include a commissioner of police or to a DGP into the case, does the CBI need to have a tutorial class? I mean, come on. I think people are joking. I mean, the nation needs to get serious.
You remember
needs to get serious.
You know, this is a very serious case. The Solicitor General himself told the Supreme Court that bail was granted to the accused in a very casual and hurried manner. Now, the CBI should investigate and put under serious interrogation the police commissioner and all the police of Bhopal. If you want to investigate, जिन्होंने cover up किया उनको पूछिए पहले. सब बताएंगे. क्यों अनुराग जी? देव बताएंगे तब कि कहाँ से क्या हुई है. I wanted Navnidhi ji, you are not alone, huh? Sohail, we owe it to Navnidhi ji. It is very difficult for his family at this time, and his son has joined duty again. His son, the Indian Army Major, has joined duty again. It is our duty to support him.
Absolutely.
So sad, this case. LP Joshi is calling from New Delhi. We are all shocked tonight at what's going on in this country. LP Joshi, please.
Yeah. Hi, Arnab. Sir. Entire country, every citizen is quite repulsed by the manner in which this case has happened. And, there is a cover-up. It is quite evident. Now, only one thing which I would like to say here is that the Americans take their citizens very, very seriously. Forget about a citizen. Even if an American dog dies somewhere, they will take it very, very seriously and sky would fall. So when we talk about Swarnim Bharat, so first thing that we need to ensure before talking about all these, things is that every Indian citizen must get the basic justice. Wherein something wrong has happened to him, then no power can, play anything there. The person should get justice.
Yes, Mr. Joshi, I agree. I said that you can't be Viksit Bharat if this is the state of the criminal justice system in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, we're picking this case up. If we try to say that the Ankita Bhandari case, there will be no justice, in the Pune Porsche case, there will be no justice, then what has changed in the Jessica Lal case of 1999? What has changed in our country in 30 years? That's a question I need to put to you tonight. Let's not give leeway to Giribala. She needs to be locked up. If she comes out, then the whole case collapses. To the politicians, we're watching. The people are watching. At 9 o'clock tonight, the chaos in PoK. And why I believe what Rajnath Singh said is about to come true. PoK will break up and come to us on its own.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question.
Siddharth is back on TV.
Back with the latest cars and bikes, staying ahead of the curve to simplify your car and bike decisions. Budget, mileage, features, safety, resale. I've answered it all for over 2 decades. Power, comfort, tech and efficiency, and not just what's on the brochure or app. Real roads, real conditions, real stories, and real information. So everything that's right for you is on Acco Drive on Republic TV.
Octoroma, manual winding. 4 लोगों के पास है ये।
कुछ इससे भी अनोखा?
कमला पसंद, सिर्फ एक अनोखा स्वाद। कमला पसंद पान मसाला।
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma. Who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge, in a case where the ex-judge and the ex-judge's advocate's son appear to be more than involved. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 questions tonight. And if they think it's a media trial, so be it. So be it. Why did the ex-judge in the case of Twisha Sharma, neither she nor her son call a police or an ambulance? What took them 57 minutes to bring the body down? Where are the 3 men who are seen in the video dragging Twisha's body, destroying evidence? What was the police doing? Did they question the house staff? Did they question the judge? Was Twisha carrying headphones in her bag, in her hand, or a rope? Where is it now? Where is that so-called belt that cops claim was used by her to commit suicide? Why was it hidden? the mother-in-law, the ex-judge walks up calmly while the body is being dragged down and evidence is being destroyed.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Today, we should make it clear that all of us here in India stand with the brave people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir who have decided to come together and fight the brutal force, the killing and the butchery unleashed on them by the Pakistan army. Ladies and gentlemen, what the Pakistan army, what Mullah Munir's army is doing is terrible. It has, over the last 24 to 48 hours, killed at least 100 people and injured about 500. I wish to share some horrific pictures of what the Pakistani army is doing on the brave people of Pakistan, occupied Kashmir, who want to come back to Bharat. Visual number 1. A man being shot down repeatedly by Pakistani rangers. Just look at him there, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening. A man in the traditional attire of people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is being shot at through a volley of shots being fired on him by Pakistani rangers. Then he gets hit and he falls down. He tries to get up but is shot at again, forcing him to stay down. These are real visuals of the last 24 hours. There is a massacre in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Visual 2. Pakistani army officials shooting, firing AK-47s directly and randomly at a crowd of unarmed civilians. They are not firing the AK-47s in the air. There are no warning shots which are delivered. They are directly attacking the people and killing unarmed protesters. Dear visuals, these visuals coming here on Republic, ladies and gentlemen, are telling you only maybe 1% of the situation on the ground, which is very bad. Then you see another visual, ladies and gentlemen, visual number 3, of a man being attacked by 4 to 5 Pakistani rangers. He is someone seeking independence from Pakistan. And one ranger punches the man in the face despite being hit. This brave man continues to stand back against the rangers one after the other and tries to run past a group of Pakistani rangers. This kind of brutalization is common. But the people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir must know that the day is not far. The Pakistani army has already lost control, and they're only doing this. They're only doing this because they know they are losing. In this case, the man says, shoot me, he says. Listen to the audio. This is what is happening in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Visual 4. A series of continuous shots are heard in the background, indicating that the Pakistani rangers are non-stop shooting at unarmed people. We are seeing smoke on the streets of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. We hear the people whistling, undeterred civilians of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir who are braving the firing of the Pakistani Rangers. The crowd moves forward, does not relent despite the firing. Dear viewers, you cannot continue these massacres and hope to control the situation. Visual 4, this is the most telling visual, where the protesters are now beginning to chase the Pakistani army ahead of the protests. In this visual, you will see a swarm of Pakistani Rangers running along with their vehicles. It must be easily at least 50 Rangers here who are running, and after this herd of Pakistani Rangers, we see the free and independent people of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir chasing them. This picture should be sent to Mullah Munir. Mullah Munir, this is your cowardly army being chased away by the people of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Remember, at this point of time, while we see these visuals, it is very important for us to remember the words of our Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and what he had said, almost with a prophetic air about Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Let's play this.
PoK अपने आप आएगा, चिंता क्यों करते हैं? PoK में अब डिमांड होने लगी। आपने सुना होगा एक दो बार कुछ लोगों ने नारेबाजी की थी कि PoK को आक्रमण करके हड़पने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। वो तो हमारा पड़ोसी है ही, वो हमारा है ही PoK। और PoK के लोग स्वयं ये कहेंगे कि मैं भी भारत हूँ और वह दिन आने वाला है।
Meanwhile, there has been a report that has been put out by a Stockholm-based institute, of which I have a copy, the SIPRI yearbook. It's a Stockholm-based think tank, which has said that India during Operation Sindoor has successfully targeted nuclear installations and infrastructure of Pakistan, which means that during Operation Sindoor, we hit where it hurts the most. Meanwhile, unknown gunmen continue to kill terrible people in Pakistan. One of them, Hamza Burhan, the key planner of the Pulwama terror attack, was shot dead by unknown gunmen in Muzaffarabad, PoK, hit with multiple bullets. This is the man who planned the massacre and executed the massacre in Pulwama. Ladies and gentlemen, he had been rehabilitated in Muzaffarabad and he has been killed by unknown gunmen. Eventually, I just want to share one point. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go back to the visuals and not carry out any more graphics. I just want to show the visuals once again of that one man being chased down the road by the Pakistani army and shooting. To everyone in Pakistan who may be watching this video, this is happening to people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Stand up against it. Realize what a coward Asim Munir is. To the people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, hang in there and continue and do not stop fighting injustice. Victory will be yours. All of us are with you. Let's debate.
Communication blackouts, arrests, escalating tensions, and human rights violations. This is Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Pakistani forces opened fire at protesters in Rawalkot and Muzaffarabad.
आपको कोई होश के नाखुन लेने चाहिए। ये जो यूज ऑफ फोर्स है, ये जो आपका माइंड सेट है, लाहौर से 2 अफसरान को लाकर कश्मीर पे मुसल्लत किया गया है। ये वही अफसर है जिसकी अभी भी वीडियो पड़ी हुई है सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर, जो कहता है 1000 बंदा मार दो तो पाकिस्तान के हालात दुरुस्त हो सकते हैं।
30 unarmed civilians killed in cold blood and over 200 injured. Pakistan's brutal human rights violation is out for all to see.
क्या जुर्म है इन कातिलों ने आज तक क्या किया? क्या ये दहशतगर्द है? या मुझे ये बताओ कि ये जो ये गोलियां बरसा रहे हैं ये दहशतगर्द है? हमारा पूरा ताजर, सारे ताजर, किसी के पास एक डंडा भी नहीं है।
The protest against inflation has quickly turned into an anti-PoK, anti-Munir chorus. The area has plunged into one of its worst crises in years.
तमाम दुकानें बंद हैं, तमाम कारोबारी मरकज़ बंद हैं और हमारा जो मुतालबा है हुकूमत पाकिस्तान से, हुकूमत आज़ाद कश्मीर से, वो बिल्कुल चंद और छोटे और जायज़ मुतालबात हैं हमारे। जब तक ये पूरे नहीं किए जाते तब तक दुकानें बंद ही रहेंगी, इसी तरह हड़ताल जारी रहेगी।
The international condemnation is growing louder. Over 50 British parliamentarians have written to the Pakistani government condemning the brutality.
My message again and plea to the governments of Pakistan and Azad Kashmir, and in particular the Prime Minister of Pakistan, is we must lift the lockdown immediately, restore full communications immediately, and resume peaceful table talks and negotiations immediately, at the heart of which must be respect for Kashmiri human rights.
India's External Affairs Ministry has issued a strong statement calling the violations a desperate bid to cover up for Munir's failures.
We continue to see in this context a pattern of fake news and videos emanating from Pakistan. It is a desperate attempt by Pakistan to cover up its own failings and deflect attention away from its human rights abuses. There are reports of police brutality, which you would have seen. There are several reports in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in which several people have been killed. There are several more who have been injured. We hope the international community will hold Pakistan accountable for its misdeeds and its abuses.
Pakistan's double game has been exposed. An authoritarian country cracking down on occupied regions cannot and must not be allowed to play false mediator.
Samar, you're with us tonight, and along with General Bishambar Dayal, I welcome you both tonight. We have a situation in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir which is truly unfortunate. Major Sheikh Nadeem. Major Nadeem, can you hear me? Yeah, this is very bad. We saw the pictures of the way people are being killed there, right? 100 people killed, 500 injured. Samar, the reports are very frightening. Major Bishambar Dayal, did you see the pictures of the way individuals are being shot? I have with me also joining us right now Amjad Ayub Mirza, well-known activist of PoK. Dr. Mirza, you saw the pictures of individuals being killed by the Pakistan Rangers on the streets. One man being shot at by 10 people and being killed. Yes, you saw that? Yes. Dr. Mirza?
Yes,
what is your latest information on the ground first? What's happening there in Muzaffarabad and elsewhere?
I've watched those footages, and there are plenty of more footages coming in. I've seen this one, yeah, and he shot again and he fell.
Multiple times he's being shot, you know, so...
Multiple times, yeah. So I've been told that in Ravla Court on the night of the 7th of June, there were bodies riddled with bullets. One body had 25 bullets in it. You know, he was shot 25 times. I don't know, maybe more than one ranger personnel shot at him, or they used automatic weapons with rapid fire. Today, already 7 people at least have been killed today in POJK, 5 in Kotli, 1 in Nakyal, and 1 in Mirpur have been shot dead. One of them was a guy who had just come back from Australia. He had a doctorate degree, and he was shot dead. Similarly, Aziz Malik, Rahim Subhani, and Ihtisham has been killed as well. They have been killed by the Pakistan military, and this is not riot thing. This is Pakistan has attacked after 79 years. Pakistan has done the same that it did on the 22nd of October 1947. This is an invasion. You see, the PoK Prime Minister says he has no knowledge of the troops coming in. PoK, Pakistan cannot send troops in PoK unless the Prime Minister of PoK, with the approval of the President of PoK, make a formal written request to Pakistan to send forces in PoK. So no such letter was issued by the PoK government. No such information was given by the Pakistan army. They just sent in thousands of troops and they began massacring, at least according to my information from local people, 400 plus people have been killed between the 7th and the night of the 7th and the 8th June. And they have repeated 22nd of October 1947, while the male were outside protesting or being shot at. The women were by themselves in the houses, and Pakistan army and security forces, they entered the houses in pitch black darkness because they had cut the power and electricity. They looted all the gold, little bit gold that our women, they keep in the house for rainy day. They took away all most of the, what they call it, electric devices.
Audios. Major Nadeem, just wait your audio. You have to unmute yourself, but let him complete. Yeah. Let him complete.
Is he sitting at AJK? Is he belongs to AJK? Sometimes he labeled as. Sometimes he labeled as Balochi, and sometimes he becomes a Kashmiri as well.
There is a lot of evidence, and at the moment, pitch battles are taking place. There are areas in PoK where the Rangers has been forced to retreat, but generally speaking,
please ask him where is he sitting now.
Okay,
he must be sitting somewhere inside India.
No, this is a Pakistani, Pakistani hai ye. Isko bolne do, inki aadat hai.
You just let me know whether you are narrating a story as if you are sitting in the AJK. You are not at all sitting in the AJK. Right? You are hiding somewhere else outside Pakistan. Yes, I know. I knew. Thank you very much for showing this. I knew, Mr. Amjad. Thank you very much for showing this. Right? For you people, we have kept this. Right? For you people, we keep this.
Put it down.
Okay.
Put it down. The man pulls out. The ISI colonel pulls out a revolver. One minute. The ISI Samar, you saw that.
Right?
You saw that towards the activists from PoK. He pulls out a revolver. He pulls out a revolver on a program tonight. He showed his real intention. Samar.
Situation of paranoia. They are shit scared right now. ये इन्हें अपने घरों के अंदर सिक्योरिटी नहीं मिल रही है. ये पिस्तौलें तकियों के नीचे लेके सोते हैं. ये बाथरूम भी जाते हैं तो पिस्तौल लेके जाते हैं.
Audio one by the.
This is what you have come to. So Major Nadeem, ये जो अपनी बुज़दिली है ना, ये बुज़दिली जो तुमने अभी टीवी के ऊपर दर्शाई है, you can take it but the sun doesn't shine. My kids know how to play with these toys. तो पहली चीज तो जहाँ तक morality है, आपने 100 पाकिस्तान के लोगों को मारा मुरीदके में, उनका क्या? आपने यूएस काउंसुलेट पे नकली एनकाउंटर करवा के ही अपने 9-10 बंदे मरवाए, उनका क्या? और आज जब पीओजेके का नौजवान उठ रहा है, वो इसलिए उठ रहा है क्योंकि वो जाग चुका है, क्योंकि इंटरनेट अवेलेबल है, उसे पता है कि मेजर नदीम की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पाकिस्तान आर्मी पैसे खा चुकी है.
Okay, viewers, the ultimate sign of desperation on my program. Major Nadeem, first of all, Major Nadeem, listen to me. Listen to me.
Can I get a chance?
Just one minute. Major Nadeem has been told by the Pakistani army that the ISI has a use and throw policy. He takes money from ISI, so anytime they can bump him off. That's why he keeps a revolver next to himself. But this is the extreme limit of today. I have had today the ISI Nadeem has shown a revolver on my program. Right?
I am showing this revolver to this bloody traitor. He is a traitor.
If you shoot, Nadeem, if you shoot, you will only hurt your camera.
But he's sitting in India.
You are threatening him. No. He's threatening him.
Yes.
ये बड़ा दोबारा दिखाओ ये किसी ने रखा पिस्टल मेरे लिए रखा है बोल डॉक्टर अमजद तेरे लिए पिस्टल रखा है अगर तेरे अंदर माँ का दूध पिया ना मेरी बात सुन तूने अगर माँ का दूध पिया ना तो पिस्तौल दिखा के बोल डॉक्टर अमजद ये पिस्टल तेरे लिए रखा है मैंने माँ का दूध पिया तो दिखा पिस्टल और ऐसे करके बोल डॉक्टर अमजद ये तेरे लिए पिस्टल रखा है माँ का दूध पिया तो दिखा माँ का दूध पिया तो दिखा अगर किसी खोती का दूध पिया तो वो अलग बात है लेकिन अगर माँ का दूध पिया
तो ये तेरी खोपड़ी में सुराख मारूंगा ये खोपड़ी में ठीक है यू कम ओवर टू द
दिखा ना पिस्टल किधर है खिलौना है
यू आर सिटिंग
पिस्टल
यू आर
प्लास्टिक का पिस्टल प्लास्टिक का पिस्टल प्लास्टिक का पिस्टल
आई विल टेल यू आई विल लेट यू नो ये क्या होता है और लोहे का पिस्टल क्या होता है हाँ इसी ठीक है ना इसके बीच में से मारूंगा तेरे माथे पे ठीक है हाँ ठीक है ना
पहले जो तुम्हारी पीठ पे गोलियां लगी हैं जाके पीओजेके में जो तुम्हारी पीठ पे जो गोलियां हमारे लोगों ने मारी हैं जो डंडा तुम्हें मारा है पहले वो उसको सेको पहले अपनी पीठ को सेको अब डर गया पिस्टल नहीं दिखा रहा अब डर गया इसको रियलाइज हो गया कि मैंने लाइव टीवी में पिस्टल दिखा दी है इसको ये रियलाइज हो गया है ये तुम इंटरनेशनल टेररिस्ट हो
ठीक है
बोल
फॉर यू
तपनी पई है ना उन ये बार लगनी भी है उसे तपनी भी है ना उन तपाई है ना तुफान की मारी
तेरे जैसे गद्दारों के लिए मीर जाफर की औलाद तेरे जैसे गद्दारों के लिए
सरदार इब्राहिम गद्दार था जिसने जो है पाकिस्तानी फौज के साथ मिलकर अपनी रियासत के खिलाफ बगावत की मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना गद्दार था मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना गद्दार नहीं है मातृभूमि के साथ धोखा किया
मुसलमानों का
लियाकत अली खान गद्दार था सारे वो लोग जिन्होंने पाकिस्तान की मुस्लिम लीग की तहरीक में हिस्सा लिया वो सब हम तो बेवतन है हम हमारा तो जन्म हुआ पूर्ण जन्म दूसरा जन्म
मुसलमानों का गद्दार है मुसलमानों का तो मुसलमानों का
मुसलमान
पाकिस्तान का
चल
तो सिर्फ पाकिस्तान का
मुसलमानों का नया
one minute just 1 minute Nadeem just control yourself for 2 minutes just control yourself for 2 minutes viewers I want to tell you
सब बातें इसकी समझता हूं
now it has come to such a situation for Pakistanis
लेकिन वो रिकॉर्ड हो गया
नहीं 1 minute Mirza साहब एक मिनट sorry my point is that see these Pakistanis इनके दिमाग के अंदर 1971 घुसा हुआ है इसलिए they come to the program पिस्तौल लेकर ये इतने डरे हुए हैं भारत के सबसे बड़े न्यूज नेटवर्क में आए आज they are so scared of coming on the largest news network of India that which reaches 500 million people that he has come armed with a pistol and on my program he's sitting there with a pistol in his right hand.
I keep it.
He's so afraid of my questions that he's defending himself with a pistol. He's so afraid of my questions that he's come defending himself with a pistol.
It is not.
Now I want to ask you this 1 minute, please. Major Nadeem, relax.
I can hear you.
Relax, Nadeem. You're drunk.
Don't shout.
You're drunk.
No, it is haram.
You're
it
drunk.
Is illegal in
I don't know what is haram, but you're drunk.
I drink only Pepsi.
But you're drunk.
Only Pepsi is available.
But you're behaving drunk. I'm not telling you. Maybe you're not drunk, but you're behaving like a drunk man with a pistol. And drunk man with a pistol is a dangerous man.
I will shout. If you will shout, I will shout.
General Dayal, he's drunk and he's got a pistol with him.
Yeah.
And who comes on a TV show to wave a pistol?
This is our jewelry.
He's got a psychological problem. The guy is psychologically deranged.
Obviously.
He's come on Republic with a pistol. After Sindoor, I tell you, after we fired the BrahMos where it hurts, even when they go for a morning walk, they carry a pistol.
Yes, I do carry. I do carry. It is our toy. It is not jewelry. Right? We keep it with us.
Hey, chill, man. Okay.
Always.
Yeah, your jewelry was of no use in 1971. Your jewelry was of no use in 1971 when we broke you into two.
First we broke you. First we broke the India. Right? First we broke in 1947. Remember?
General Dayal, I just have one question that if they are... is that Sajjad Tareen, if I see here? Sajjad Tareen, the Pakistani ex-army officer, Chaudhry Naeem Karim, the Pakistani ex-army officer comes and shows a pistol on India's largest news channel. He thinks he's being very brave. Now, my question is this, that if your Pakistani army is actually so brave, do you see those pictures there where the people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are chasing the rangers and chasing the army people? First, the army shoots. Then the people come together and they chase the army away. 500 people have reportedly been injured, over 100 people killed in 24 hours. What kind of bravery is that you are displaying? And if the army is, why is the army having to retreat? These pictures of Rawalkot in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are authentic pictures. Can you please tell us, leave all this, the big talk aside. What's going on in PoK right now?
What these pictures are showing is only a mob of extremist people who are trying to kill the police. Not the police. Who is running behind? Just see your own videos, on your pictures, what is going on there. The basic phenomenon, just try to understand what is the basic phenomenon about these people. Because the new election is coming in AJK, and these people have no political affiliation with anyone. And how much relaxation has been given to these people 3 days before? Out of 38 demands, 35 demands has been fulfilled by the government and all the political parties. But ultimately, what they have done 2 days before, they have killed the police. 7 policemen has been killed in AJK. And after that, next day, all political parties and government has arranged a meeting and they have banned this organization. This is a private organization. The guy, the name Shaukat Kashmiri, he's sitting in UK. And what he's doing from UK, he's just manipulating AJK elections. It is not possible. AJK have a political affiliation.
Bishambhar Dayal, can you unmute yourself?
Just yes. I don't know who's Mirza, what was he saying? 100 of years has been killed.
Chaudhry Naeem Karim, Chaudhry Saab, Chaudhry Karim, General Bishambhar Dayal wants to counter you, and then I'll come back to you. Right. General Dayal is countering you from New Delhi. That is Chaudhry Naeem Karim from Lahore. Chaudhry Naeem Karim, please listen to the General Dayal, because our sense on the ground is something very different. People are asking for wheat, atta, electricity.
I will give you the reality. After listening to him, I will give you the exact facts.
Okay, let him
I will give you the reality. Just if you can put him, Arnab. See, there is no other truth than the reality is that PAK has been continuously, Pakistani army and ISI have been committing these atrocities in PoK for last 70 years. It's nothing new. They've been eliminating important leaders. They've been eliminating influential families. They have been changing the demography. They have completely exploited this area. They have this area has become absolutely backward. And now and now they want to change they want to change their assembly itself, which itself is almost nominated, and they want to now nominate further 12 people. So these rights are absolutely genuine. People are asking for their rosy roti. These people have completely, you don't know the state inside actually. And thank you, Arnab, for showing this to the country. I'm really kudos to you that you have brought this critical issue, not only to our nation, but to international community. These atrocities are committing, and these numbers are very less what you're quoting here. Let me tell you, Arnab, the basic issue is, my anguish is that these are our people. Atrocities this is our area. And these people, ISI and PAK armies, committing atrocities every day. And we are just issuing statements. It's time to teach these people a very strong lesson. And liberate this area. This is our area. I'm unhappy with the defense minister also for making a half-baked statement. They need to be put on warning. You cannot do this. You are not only changing the demography, now you want to change even a nominated, even a...
Sir Arnab, let's have. Sir Arnab, let's have.
Wait. Sir, Nadeem, shut up. I don't know who made Nadeem. Yes. I don't want to talk to you because I don't know who made you a major. You don't even know that a weapon is not to be publicly displayed like this.
They are getting 6 rupees per kilo.
He's displaying the pistol.
Keep your
pistol away.
15 rupees.
Keep your pistol away.
15 rupees.
Why do you call such people?
They are charging, and we are charging them 6 rupees per kilometer.
It is
not in the whole day.
No, he's right. One minute. In the course of a program, 1 minute.
Let's talk.
1 minute. General, I want to say this. 1 minute. General, I'm coming to you, General. I just want to tell.
Let's talk facts.
No, but I want to tell Major Nadeem that General is absolutely right. You have no right to display a weapon. You have no right to display a weapon on a television program.
Who has taught him this? Where has he learned this? Is he human? Is he human? We are dealing. If he can show this, imagine what they are doing to people in PoK. Arnab, you must.
Sir, he's a traitor.
These people are.
Sir, he's a traitor, sir.
If he can show this, so these people needs to be sorted out. Arnab, this is not by debate, but by India to take a proper action.
We will also sort them out. Sir, you see, this man is a traitor. He is Pakistani.
Take your pistol away. Remove your pistol.
Nobody is a traitor here.
And he is wearing the Indian flag.
Remove your pistol. It's coming in my frame.
Absolutely.
In my shoe.
You can see the pistol, ladies and gentlemen.
Arnab, please listen to me. Just shut up this gentleman. Arnab, just shut up this gentleman.
I say
he's showing a flag because he belongs to India.
Remove your pistol.
PoK is Indian. He is showing the correct thing. He's showing a flag because PoK is India. You guys are sitting there. Arnab, it is time to come to violate the UN resolution where UN said that they must withdraw the army and then we must carry out plebiscite. We must throw away PAK army from there, PAK ISI from PoK. Its time has come. We can't let our people suffer. They are changing the demography. This is the right time to resolve this issue once for all.
Come and let's have. Why are you sitting there? Come to the Wada, sir.
Nothing.
Okay.
Friend, listen. You're not an army person. You are some, I don't know from where Arnab has dug you out to bring you on this television channel.
You say.
I don't want to talk.
Remove the pistol.
Listen, Nadeem. I can come to anywhere in Pakistan tomorrow. I have no fear from you people. You must understand. I wish my government takes action. What I'm saying, it is time to liberate our people. These are our people. This is our area. PoK is India's part. We cannot let you people commit atrocities on our people. Listen, you cannot change the demography. We cannot allow you to change the demography.
If you have the
look at the
come and elaborate them.
Look at the development figures.
आ रहा हूँ मैं तू आ मुझे ना POJK में आ तू मुझे वहाँ मिल POJK में आके मिल मुझे तो तेरी पतलून उतार के चौक में लगाएंगे डडियाल चौक में तेरी पैंट लटकाऊंगा मैं आ तू आ ना मैं आ रहा हूँ अब हमें आकर लड़ना पड़ेगा हमें POJK की धरती पे उतरना पड़ेगा और हम धरती पे उतर के लड़ेंगे तुम लोगों से निकालेंगे तुम्हें वो बगावत जिसका इंतजार था वो बगावत के लिए तुम लोगों ने तोड़ दिया पाकिस्तान फौज ने 71 में तोड़ा फिर बलूचिस्तान टूट रहा है अब ये भी टूटेगा ऐसे क्यों बैठता है कॉन्फिडेंस की कमी है ऐसे क्यों बैठता है ऐसे बैठना मेरी तरह ऐसे बैठता है कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं है बॉडी लैंग्वेज देखो इसकी अब ये दोबारा जिंदगी में कभी पिस्तौल नहीं दिखाएगा कभी ये नशे में इसने लहरा दिया एकदम इसको हिट हुआ है होश आई है कि मैंने ये क्या कर दिया है ये अब ये दिखाए ना कभी भी नहीं दिखाएगा पिस्तौल इसमें जुर्रत ही नहीं है इतनी तेरे में जुर्रत ही नहीं है तू दोबारा दिखाए पिस्तौल
तेरे माथे पे 10th होल Remember, you will bleed from 10 holes, not 9. 10 holes, you will bleed. Remember this.
10 होल तो जगह ही नहीं है 10 होल की, वो किधर मारेगा 10 होल?
मैं तुझे कर दूंगा.
You are threatening to kill me, yeah? You are threatening to assassinate me. Is that right?
The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that what we are seeing today is a mindset issue. I can tell you, Samar, what we have seen today with a Pakistani ex-officer who I believe is intoxicated. He has come with a pistol and is threatening a PoK activist, which only proves, Samar, I want to bring in Adnan, that situation is very bad on the ground. Now, Adnan, you saw the pictures, right? You saw that a lot of protesters are chasing the Pakistani army. Initially, the initial visuals, the Pakistani army is shooting down one single man. Now, that is cowardice. This visual has gone global, viral globally. Can we run it? Adnan, have a look at it. One man is being repeatedly shot by about 10 Pakistani Rangers, and he falls down. You see that on the visuals on the right. This is, I mean, only a cowardly army can do that. And this picture has gone viral across the entire world. People are asking, what has happened to the Pakistani army? Have they gone mad? Does anybody behave like this? Is this, I mean, even in Jallianwala, this is a repeat of Jallianwala Bagh situation, you know. Right? Even the British did not do this. So, but why? You see, this will, Abbas, one minute. Adnan, you can't say nothing has happened. Something is happening. Right? This is only going to make things worse.
Something big is happening in Pakistani Kashmir. But देखो जितनी कॉमेडी इस शो में हो गई है, I think ये कुछ रिपोर्ट कर लिया जाए.
By the way, Samar, is this comedy? This man being shot is comedy.
What is this?
No, but don't use the word comedy to describe what is happening in PoK.
मैं describe करता हूँ ना comedy.
That's very insensitive, huh?
अबे यार भाई रिपोर्ट कर लो ना.
नहीं भाई मैं समझ रहा हूँ मगर इसको कॉमेडी मत बोलिए आप.
आज तू चीजों को रिपोर्ट करो भाई.
मैं जो कह रहा हूँ, जो तस्वीरें आपको मैं दिखा रहा हूँ, जो तस्वीरें आपको मैं दिखा रहा हूँ,
टॉक शो इज अ कॉमेडी टॉक शो.
आप तो फिर आप तो आए ना मेरे प्रोग्राम में, तो मैं आपकी जिस तरह से हजामत करनी है मैं हजामत करूंगा आपकी.
अरे भाई मैं आ गया हूं ना.
आप आए हैं तो हजामत करेंगे. आई एम आस्किंग यू.
अगर नहीं हो अर्नब गोस्वामी तो करो हजामत. आया हूं, करो हजामत.
तो मैं यही पूछ रहा हूं.
मुझे तो नहीं पता कि तुम नहीं हो.
देखिए अदनान, द पाकिस्तानी आर्मी इज शूटिंग ऑन अनआर्म्ड पीपल. मैंने विजुअल आपको दिखा दिए. एक आदमी आफ्टर बीइंग हिट इज बीइंग चेस्ड बाय 10 पीपल. इन विजुअल्स को आप कैसे जस्टिफाई करेंगे, ये बताइए मुझे.
मैं जवाब दूं इसका. मैं जवाब दूं?
दीजिए ना. 10 बार पूछ चुका हूं.
देखिए इस तरह के विजुअल्स ठीक है, ये विजुअल से मैं डिनाई नहीं कर रहा. आपने अभी तक 40 मिनट का प्रोग्राम किया अर्नब गोस्वामी. आपने हिंदुस्तान की आवाम को वहां की सिचुएशन रिपोर्ट नहीं की. आप वहां की सिचुएशन रिपोर्ट कीजिए. यस, जो हुआ है कश्मीर में गलत हुआ है, नहीं होना चाहिए था, पर उसके बैकग्राउंड को बताइए. और मैं उसके खिलाफ हूं जो कश्मीर में हुआ है. आपने एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को ऑल ऑफ द सडन बैन कर दिया. मैं मुखालिफ हूं इस बात का. नहीं करना चाहिए था. गवर्नमेंट ने जो एक्ट किया वो बहुत गलत था. लोगों से उनके राइट्स ले लिए गए, ये बहुत गलत है. और ये तो मतलब सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में नहीं हो रहा भाई. अगर इसको कंपेयर करने बैठे हैं तो हिंदुस्तान में मणिपुर में क्या होता है, लद्दाख में क्या हुआ, हिंदुस्तान वाले कश्मीर में क्या होता है. नहीं यार समर, एक सेकंड यार, मेरी सुन लेना भाई. मेरी सुन ले. मुझे पता
इंडिया को
मुझे पता तू बहुत बड़ा कॉमेडियन है. और मैं तेनू ऐसियां जुगता मारनी है तेनू समझ नहीं आने के दर्द कितने होया. ते गल सुन ले. किसी दी सुन भी नहीं दिए, किसी दी सुन भी नहीं दिए.
जरूरत नहीं है हमें पाकिस्तानी.
आप रेप करा रहे हो, आप हरास कर रहे हो. कोई पब्लिक स्पीचेस नहीं, कोई गैदरिंग नहीं. शूट एट साइट.
इंटरनेट बंद.
आपको अरेस्ट करवा रहे हो. आप क्या चाहते हो?
श्रीनगर में क्या होता है? वेस्ट बंगाल में क्या हुआ यार? अभी इलेक्शन हुआ ना. अभी इलेक्शन हुआ वेस्ट बंगाल में. क्या किया आपने?
आप रेंजर्स को बुला रहे, रेंजर्स को मार रहे. अब पाकिस्तान आर्मी आएगी, फिर पाकिस्तान
रिपोर्ट किया, ना बताया गया, ना उस पर डिबेट किया गया. ये कॉमेडी.
One minute, louder. Now, I want to tell you. I want to tell you. See, I'll tell you one thing. Adnan, मेरी बात सुनिए. 2 मिनट. दो मिनट. General Dayal is with me on the program. 2 minutes. Adnan, first of all, ये जो बात आप कह रहे हैं, कि जो आपकी सरकार कर रही है बहुत गलत कर रही है, एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को बैन करके, जो JAAC पार्टी है, ये बात मुझे मत बताइए। ये जो इधर नशे में बैठे हुए हैं मेजर नदीम, जो गोली मारने को, जो पिस्तौल दिखा रहे हैं प्रोग्राम पे और कह रहे हैं कि जो हमने किया अच्छा किया, ये मैंने नहीं कहा। आप ये बात, एक मिनट अदनान जी, एक मिनट मेरी बात सुनिए। अदनान जी जरा तसल्ली से, एक मिनट अदनान जी, ये बात आप जो बात मुझे आपने कही, ये बात आप मेजर नदीम को बोलिए। ये बात आप में हिम्मत है तो इधर हमारे PMLN के इधर लीडर है लाहौर से, उनको बोलिए। जो ये कह रहे हैं हमने जो किया बड़ा अच्छा किया।
यस,
नहीं,
आप उनको बोलिए ना।
ये पेड लोग हैं,
नदीम
हिंदुस्तान के पेड लोग हैं भाई, हिंदुस्तान के पेड लोग हैं जो यूके में बैठ के काम कर रहे हैं। ये कौन सी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है अदनान साहब, मुझे तो ये बता दें, क्या नाम है इस पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का? आई डोंट नो, कहां की है पॉलिटिकल पार्टी? आपने उनको बिजली 3 रुपए की दे दी, 1 मिनट जस्ट लिसन, 3 रुपए की बिजली दे दी, 15 रुपए वाली बिजली आपने उनको आटा दे दिया जो पूरे पाकिस्तान में 4000 का मिलता, आपने 2000 में उनको दे दिया। अब कैसी बातें कर रहे हैं? कौन सी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी? वो उठती है रात को, आगे अपने लोगों को, पुलिस को मारना शुरू कर देती है। आप कौन सी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी की बात कर रहे हैं?
रात को कर दी जाती है।
सब ने पूरे AJK उनको रिजेक्ट किया, AJK ने उसको रिजेक्ट किया,
नईम जी,
पूरी AJK ने उसको रिजेक्ट किया। देयर इज नो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी एग्जिस्ट।
मैं आपको नईम जी और अदनान,
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लोग हैं, इतना तो हिंदुस्तान के लोग हैं भाई। वो किधर से आ गए? ये मिर्जा साहब के साथी हैं, वो ये मिर्जा साहब के साथ उनको बैठाएं। ये हमारे पाकिस्तान के लोग हैं ही नहीं है जो वहां पे बैठे हैं। आप उनको फंडिंग कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह आप बलूचिस्तान में फंडिंग कर रहे हैं, उसी तरह आप उसको फंडिंग कर रहे हैं।
कोई फंडिंग नहीं हो रही है। देखिए मैं आपको आई वांट टू टेल यू वन थिंग। नईम साहब से बात कराइए ना, विंडोज पे बात नहीं कर पाऊंगा। ऑडियो कंट्रोल करो भाई, प्रोड्यूसर क्या कर रहे हो आप? 6 विंडोज पे नहीं बात होगी। मैं नईम साहब से एक बात करना चाहता हूँ। नईम साहब, आपको मैं कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ। जो भी, लिसन टू मी, प्लीज लिसन टू मी, यू आर अ रीजनेबल मैन। You are not like this major who has got a pistol to my.
I will listen, I will answer.
And you tell this major to remove his pistol. वो हर 2 बार I ask him a question, वो पिस्टल दिखाते हैं।
मेजर साहब डर रहे हैं, प्लीज रख दें, 7-0 से हारे हुए हैं, रख दें पिस्टल को पीछे भाई।
एक मिनट सुनिए ना, आपको अभी मैं बात बताता हूँ। देखिए, जो भी आपके साथ हो रहा है, that is very unfortunate and bad for you. But you have to understand the situation in your country. You know that.
We do understand.
Just one. Yeah. See, today people of PoK, they want to be part of India. Okay, General Dayal, I'm just making the point clear. Why? Now you'll say why. I'll tell you why. Because India is a large, growing country, growing at 8-9%. Right, General Dayal? Right, we are a 4 trillion plus economy. Right, we have invested into the Jammu and Kashmir government hundreds of millions of dollars, billions we have invested.
Absolutely.
In fact, let me tell you one thing, Major Naeem, I'll tell you.
Medical colleges.
Yeah, and I want to tell you one thing, Naeem Saab, I'll tell you one thing by comparison. I'll tell you one thing by comparison. So, आप अपनी हैसियत आपको पता होनी चाहिए। मैं बुरी तरह से नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, रियलिस्टिकली बोल रहा हूँ। I'm explaining something. No, I'll explain your economic हैसियत. Your economic haysiyat is like this, that I, for example, and from the beautiful state of Assam in the northeastern part of the country, beautiful state of Assam, right? I'm from Assam. You know, I'll tell you, I was asking the Chief Minister of Assam, what is the GDP of Assam? And he told me the GDP of Assam between 90 to 100 billion, you know. The GDP of Assam, one of the states of the country, not even one of the largest states, right, is more than the entire budget of Pakistan. Economically, they're a weak country. So obviously the people of PoK will want to be with the powerful, strong country. They don't want to be with you. You let them. Stop killing them. Stop butchering them.
There is election.
No, what election? You're rigging the whole process. You're banning an election. You're banning a political party, then you say there's an election.
What is happening in Maqbooza Kashmir? Why 700,000 people, Fojis are there from India? Why?
I can't tell you how prosperous Jammu and Kashmir is right now. You know, the GDP per capita has zoomed in Jammu and Kashmir. You know, the GDP per capita is zoomed in Jammu and Kashmir. You know, services, manufacturing, digital, everything is growing in Jammu and Kashmir. Come on, you know, now आप ये देखिए, could the British hold? You have to move out.
AJK is a part of Pakistan.
There's no AJK, there's only PoK. General there.
Just a minute. Please tell him, listen to me. He himself made a statement that they are paying 4,000 rupees for a kg of atta. He made, and they say that PoK is being given at 2,000 rupees a kg. So where are you? Whom are you discussing with? I don't know. This country is in such a wretched state, and we have nothing to discuss with Pakistan. My concern is that PoK is India.
Okay, let's.
My concern is PoK is India. These people are torturing our people, and it's time to take a direct action against them and throw their army from there. That's my contention. Rest, there's no discussion with Nadeem or anybody there. There's no point there. There is no doubt that the people of PoK have been tortured by the ISI and PAK army and all their intelligence for last 70 years. There's nothing. They've been exploited, they've been tortured, they've been deprived, their democracy
I have an example, Adnan, I have an example.
Don't compare with JNK.
No, Adnan, I have an example. Adnan ko example chahiye. 1 minute. Adnan ko example chahiye.
JNK has got 11 medical colleges. JNK has got a railway line going right through JNK, complete JNK.
यार भाई इसी को बोलने का सारा टाइम दिया, हम तो बोले ही नहीं यार.
आपको बोलने दे रहा हूँ. जल्दी I want to ask you. Jaldal, I want to. One minute. Let's just one. Adnan, my question is to you. Adnan, my question is to you. Adnan, my question is to you. Please calm down. Please shant. Adnan, listen to me. Dr. Mirza on the left. Adnan, you see, you signed a Muzaffarabad agreement on October 4, 2025. आपने 25 कमिटमेंट की. आपने बोला हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, वीट, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सब्सिडी देंगे, जिनको हमने मारा उनको कॉम्पेंसेशन देंगे, गवर्नमेंट जॉब देंगे. अगर आपने ये सब, मेरी बात सुनिए, आप लोगों ने ये कमिटमेंट की है, दी क्योंकि आप लोगों ने गलती की थी. फिर उसके बाद आपने कमिटमेंट नहीं रखी, लोग सड़कों पे आ गए और लोग बोल रहे हैं कि आपने जो कमिटमेंट हमको दी, ऑन पेपर दी, उसको, उस कमिटमेंट को आप निभाइए. आप कह रहे हैं कमिटमेंट निभाइए, आप कह रहे हैं हम गोली मारेंगे. One at a time. अदनान फर्स्ट. आप पिस्तौल को अलग रखें. आप पहले पिस्तौल को हटाइए. या अदनान
यार देखें, आप मुझे देखें, फिर मैं एक बात करता हूं जो आपके मतलब की होती है, उसके बाद आप मेरा फोन आवाज बंद कर देते हैं. ये ना करें. देखें, जो आप बात कर रहे हैं ना, अक्टूबर में हुआ, बिल्कुल हुआ. पाकिस्तान ने उसमें से बहुत सारी चीजों को और कमिटमेंट्स को पूरा किया. ये नहीं कि नहीं किया, पूरा किया. ये जो दो पाकिस्तानी बैठे कह रहे हैं वो गद्दार है, वो कहते नहीं भाई, वो उनका ओपिनियन है. मेरी नजर में साजिद मीर गद्दार नहीं है और पाकिस्तान में किसी ने उनको गद्दार नहीं कहा. यस, दर्द जरूर है हिंदुस्तान को कि हमने मई 25 में उनकी ऐसी तैसी फेर दी थी.
अरे भाई अदनान आटा तो नहीं दे पाए, आप क्या ऐसी तैसी की बात कर रहे हैं. और फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये गॉट सिद्धार्थ फ्रॉम कोलकाता टुनाइट. कॉलर्स, सिद्धार्थ फ्रॉम कोलकाता, 2 minutes on the show. Siddharth, are you there, Siddharth?
Hello.
Siddharth, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Arnab, I want to ask a question to this Major Nadeem. Okay, so there was a statement made by the ISI, the DG, saying कि अगर आप पानी बंद करेंगे तो हम आपके साथे बंद करेंगे. So much of bravado these guys showed. What are they doing about it? And the second question to the same Major Nadeem is, he's carrying a gun because he's scared of the unknown gunman. You know, that's what I think will be the power.
He's scared of the unknown gunman. Yeah. Don't cry.
Send this unknown gunman. Send. We will sort him out, inshallah. Don't worry.
You are the unknown gunman.
इनकी आवाज बंद हो गई है.
The mistake you made is you showed your weapon. You exposed yourself. You are such a stupid person. You expose yourself, you idiot.
Okay, Srinath is calling in. I'll take two more callers. Srinath calling in from Bengaluru live this evening on the debate. Srinath. Srinath.
Hi Arnab, thanks for giving
Hi Srinath, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
What would you like to say?
So Arnab, that Pakistan guy is getting fear from unknown gunmen, and I'm mentioning one point here. We will be getting back PoK by 2027.
Well, आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर. Thank you, Srinath.
बंद हो गई है. इन्होंने जो बात की है इनकी बहुत ही बंद हो गई है.
आप अननोन गनमैन से डर के you go to sleep also with a revolver. आप नहाते हुए भी रिवॉल्वर लेके नहाते हैं क्या?
हम घी शक्कर के साथ इनके मुंह में इसकी
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, दलपत सिंह, last call है जयपुर से दलपत सिंह जी. Okay, he's dropped. Ladies and gentlemen, Rajesh from Ghaziabad से Rajesh, hi.
You don't have the voice. You can't talk.
Let us not get perturbed by the gun of Major.
Yeah.
Because I have seen in Kashmir a lot of AK-47 rifles put on Kashmiri pundits, which I am. And let me assure Major that there are a lot of durandars moving around in Pakistan. So not to spell anything against India. It will be Akhand Bharat very soon, and Adnan will be part of Bharat.
Okay.
Very soon.
Absolutely, it will be.
Sorting them out one by one.
And
we will sort them out, inshallah.
Listen. Don't empty your cartridges on my program. Thank you very much. To Major Nadeem and his toy gun, I shall say goodbye. And I promise to see you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you, we have reporters on the ground, brave people in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, who despite everything are continuing to send us visuals and updates on the ground. On this, more, and all our investigations, I shall be back with detailed reports and a great debate tomorrow evening. Good night and goodbye.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Sir, what about safety from fire? Cable कौन सा लगाया है?
अरे केबल का क्या है, कोई भी चलता है.
यही चलता है, बाद में जलता है. 90% of the electrical fires are caused due to short circuit. Give lot of importance to consider fire safe cable. Ignamo, the fire safe cables from Dravid. Remember, business is safe if your cable is fire safe.
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question. And more than anyone else, I ask the right wing of this country. Very often I come on television and I say, yes, on several issues, I'm happy to be called a right-winger. But ladies and gentlemen, let me put it clearly. You cannot let a person like this man, this Sushil Prajapati, a leader of the Hindu Yuva Vahini,
Sir, what about safety from fire? Cable कौन सा लगाया है?
अरे केबल का क्या है, कोई भी चलता है.
यही चलता है, बाद में जलता है. 90% of the electrical fires are caused due to short circuit. Give lot of importance to consider fire safe cable. Ignamo, the fire safe cables from Ravi. Remember, business is safe if your cable is fire safe.
जब तक लाजवाब न बन जाए, उसे नहीं इत्मीनान है. तभी तो रिचमंड बनना नहीं आसान है.
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma. Who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge, in a case where the ex-judge and the ex-judge's advocate's son appear to be more than involved. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 questions tonight. And if they think it's a media trial, so be it. So be it. Why did the ex-judge in the case of Twisha Sharma... I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question. And more than anyone else, I ask the right wing of this country. Very often I come on television and I say, yes, on several issues, I'm happy to be called a right-winger. But ladies and gentlemen,
from the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
on the show tonight, the system is challenging the people. The system is saying that it's going to do a cover-up in the Twisha Sharma case and challenging the people of India to do something about it. Well, our answer is we will and we can. And at 9 o'clock tonight is what Rajnath Singh predicted coming true, is PoK breaking up completely on its own. These images are horrifying the world about what's happening in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has come where the entire system has come together to challenge you, to challenge me, to challenge all of us. And this is happening in the Twisha Sharma case. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll recap the Twisha Sharma case in 10 seconds. You have a young lady, 5 months into her marriage, who dies under mysterious circumstances. The finger of suspicion is on her husband and her mother-in-law. The mother-in-law, as you know, is an ex-judge, and her husband is an advocate. Both are very connected. They know the DG, they know the Lokayuk, they know the entire judicial system. This case came into national prominence because of the pressure built by the people, the viewers of Republic, and along with a very brave family, Twisha's family, which said, no, we believe that our daughter was killed and we want action against her husband and against her mother-in-law, who's the ex-judge. Because the ex-judge is very influential, she did everything possible to cover up the case. But because of your pressure, we could open up several loopholes. This is where the case stands. Presently, she is in custody. But we fear she's going to come out because the whole system has been fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you with sharp evidence today, which proves that a crucial bit of evidence could have gone missing. A crucial bit of evidence has gone unrecorded. The Panchanama does not include anything about the ligature belt. The Panchanama, which is, in other words, a seizure memo, you can see it out there, has been deliberately put together in such a way that it does not have the signature of the accused and the co-accused. It does not mention anything about the belt which she is believed to have used to have hung herself. Which means there is nothing about what you call the ligature belt, which is the most important piece of evidence out here. Deliberately, the police in this case have made that that piece of evidence go missing, and there is no signature on the document either. This can be only done by people who know that if you leave this technical loophole, then the ex-judge and her son will go scot-free. In simple words, ladies and gentlemen, Twisha is killed or dies mysteriously on the 12th. On the 13th, when the seizure memo is put together, it is left unsigned. A sub-inspector who is apparently gone on leave right now, on sick leave or medical leave, cannot do this by himself. This can only happen when very powerful people give clear instructions down the line, to leave the seizure memo, put it together in such a way, unsigned, so that when the case comes to trial, this whole case can collapse. This has, in my view, been deliberately done. Otherwise, why would you leave the main piece of evidence unrecorded? We don't know which is the belt which she used to hang herself, which makes me believe that it is entirely possible that Twisha did not hang herself, that she was strangulated. Now, if that belt, which was used to strangulate her, has gone missing, why is it gone missing? Is it because somebody thought there would be fingerprints on that belt? Or that if you would leave that piece of evidence, any investigator in the future from the CBI who were to come into the case would be able to connect the dots and put the blame where it needs to be put? Was the judge doing this deliberately? Was she trying to manipulate things? My dear viewers of Republic, we keep fighting about cases like this. Here's a clear case where I can say without a shred of doubt that the Bhopal Police Commissioner should quit. The Director General of Police should quit.